Fucking Kentucky phone goes in. Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Not 40 Just Blank, a podcast where we continue to take you back in time through the years and discuss all the weird and wonderful events within it, which make it so memorable for us. Each episode will find us chatting through the events, TV, news, sports, film and music of a single year, as well as the odd, funny and personal stuff that we can remember. So come and join us on our latest journey as we plough through the noughties, right here on Not 40 Just Blank. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. However, we don't cost a thing, you lucky, lucky lot. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Not 40 Just Blank. This time round, we're taking a deep dive into the murky waters of 2004. So let me introduce the other members of our Destiny's Child tribute act. It's Delonce and, you know, the other one... thingy. Oh, let's just call him Phil Malineup.
Oh, Phil Malineup.
Who's that? I don't know.
I didn't know the other name of the other
Kelly
one.
Reynolds.
So.
You could have gone Kelly Reynolds.
Kelly Reynolds. I could have gone Kelly Reynolds.
Maybe.
God damn
what's
it.
her name? What is her name?
Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland. But it was just...
Kelly Ren
ding, 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 ding. But Delonce's
good.
Yeah,
I like
good.
Delonce.
Plus, he has got a gorgeous looking body. Are we well, chaps?
We're good, man. A quick question for you, Jim. Your milkshake brings all the boys to you.
Yes, the girl sadly lacking.
Right.
Yeah, really stayed away.
What about your nut shake?
I think my nut custard scares them physically to the hills.
Does he bring anyone to the yard?
No.
Category A prisoners?
Just that weird fella in the the long trench coat.
So I'm going... I don't know we're recording this.
Yeah, go.
Did anyone watch that programme on Channel 4 last night? My Massive Cock.
No.
Let me guess. Was I in it?
Yeah.
Was Dale in it?
It was so
Was everyone we
funny.
knew in it?
Is it in the name of your autobiography, Phil?
it's
Was
so
it really
funny.
called My Massive Cock?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just about men
I mean-
with their struggles of having huge penises.
Really?
I mean,
funny.
what a channel. God bless Channel 4. Hats off.
Yeah, God, I went right off.
Yeah, do you reckon it'll get a BAFTA? No.
So-
Okay.
Well, maybe a statue. Some form of massive erection.
Check it out. Yes, got to be on all four or something. Yeah.
Got to be on all fours.
Had me on all fours.
I believe that was episode 2.
Yeah, that was funny. Anyway, sorry.
That is quite a digression, but a needed one, I think, Phil. If that's what was in your mind, you've got to let it out. Are we well, gentlemen? Are we ready for 2004?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, let me waste no time. We've already had the massive penis. Let's hand over to another massive penis.
Hey.
Richard Dello, tell us some stuff.
Hey, everyone.
Let me tell you some things.
Let me invite you in to my world. Zinger. Well, guys, 2004. Kind of growing up.
Well, we were what, 26?
26.
Yeah, we were 26. We must have been grown-ups by then, Dale, mustn't we?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Kind of. I mean, saving up to move out. I think you boys already moved out. But,
had the house. You were married by this point, Phil, right? So
I was, yeah.
Talks about that. So I mean, you were fully grown up.
Yeah.
You was almost a couple of years off retirement as well.
Yeah. That's going well.
Still a couple of years away, right?
A couple of years away.
So what were you doing in 2004?
Well, saving up to move out.
Lovely, good, responsible.
Started a new job.
Ooh.
Gareth at the Pink Toothbrush.
How was that? It's just yeah.
Yeah,
Gareth at the Pink Toothbrush.
So basically, there's a James Bond themed night at the Bread and Cheese.
Right.
We then went on to the Pink Toothbrush.
Right.
And literally, Yvonne, who was behind the bar,
barmaids at the trees,
she was dressed up as a Bond girl, so to speak, but she had a plastic gun with her.
Right. Yeah. This sounds familiar now.
We was in with Gareth in a packed Pink Toothbrush. I thought it'd be funny just to get the gun.
We was in the side room, though, weren't we?
Yes.
You know the little side
cave bit.
Yeah,
in the cave, where it's all manky and sticky carpets and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun to get the gun, and I pointed it at Gareth.
Give it a wave around.
Mate, he literally shit himself. You know, like
He dived on the floor. No,
you know, like
he actually
and
dived on
if you
the
knew
floor.
the prick teeth
so-
floor, you're not diving anywhere near that, are you?
you haven't seen the
That was-
Terminator, have you, Jim?
I have seen Terminator now.
Well, you know the bit where he comes into the nightclub.
Yeah.
And they're literally like that.
Yeah.
And it goes all
And
in
everyone
slow
just
motion
goes,
with
yeah.
Sarah Connolly. That's what he
He
did.
was down.
He physically thought I was going to shoot. I met him a few times and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I didn't realise he was quite so
"All right, mate, I'm just
flighty.
gonna-"
Yeah, I thought I might just blow you away. Is that all right?
So that was all good. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, Jim, and you remember this fondly, Reading, 2004.
I will be the judge of that. My memory is awful, but I do remember going to Reading. Yeah.
Do you remember where you pitched the tent?
Was this the one where
It's
we
a
were
sensible place.
on the end of a bog? So we were protected
it
from
was-
the east from attack.
It was
from the
like, oh,
east,
this is
weren't
great.
we?
No one's, we've got loads of room here. No one's coming near
What
this.
the-
Yeah.
Why is there no one else around?
There's a reason.
Yeah, the reason.
Turns out it floods quite severely
Yeah.
when it rains in Reading.
Like Yoda comes up if he wants to. The fucking Dagobah system.
It was insane, wasn't it? Literally.
It was a weird festival. Do you remember some of the bands that were on?
Oh, crikey. I tell you what I do remember. I remember there being Daphne and Celeste were on. And they made such a big deal because they were an appalling two-piece female combo when they pop combo. And they kept talking in the press about, we're going to be on Reading, we're going to be on the bill at Reading, we're going to be on the bill at Reading. So they put them on there and they deliberately screwed them over because they put them in between Slipknot and Rage Against the Machine.
That's right, yeah.
So there were people down the front with like masks on, pigs' heads,
Pig's
At
heads.
least when they got bottled.
bottles of blood and piss and Christ knows what. And it literally, these two girls come out going, UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. And then a rain
Ray
of
of
piss
bottles.
and blood. But they survived
That's
about
the
a song
thing.
and a half, didn't they?
Well, it's funny you should say
ran off
this,
crying.
because do you remember else? Do you remember the other person that got bottled?
That was 50 Cent.
Yeah, and do you remember there was this guy?
The guy had been shot 9 times, got scared of like, wasn't it like half a sofa or something was thrown at him?
There's a camping chair.
Oh, camping chair.
He prepared because he got bottled the previous day at Leeds.
Yeah, that's
and then he was
right.
getting bottled to pieces. And then he just thought, I think I've got to lighten up a little bit more. So he started getting involved. He was throwing the bottles back.
That's right.
And then he
Good
kind of
notion.
thought, when he got a camping chair thrown at him, he kind of thought,
This is cranked
this
up
ain't
a
in my
notch."
fucking concert.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Even though,
He
like you
was
say, he's had bullets fired at him, it wasn't. But I think the big thing about his intro before he come on, do you remember? It was him like showing off his abs. It was
Oh,
him
yes,
showing his
yeah.
gun, and like to a crowd of residents. It was him
album
with
was
wedges of
called-
cash.
His album was called The Massacre, wasn't it? as
Was it?
well?
Or,
It was all about that.
And he had his film Get Rich,
Get Rich or Die
Trying and
stuff,
all that
yeah.
sort of stuff. And it was kind of it just
Yeah.
didn't appeal to the crowd.
It was a totally wrong booking again.
Yeah.
But the way that a lot of festivals have gone, they're all starting to go a little bit more.
Well, that's what I mean.
grimy
Yeah, like
and
3-4 years down the line, you were starting to say he would have been happy days. It would have been. But,
Derry Girl, wouldn't
but do you remember this one guy? He had this. I thought this was brilliant. It's so out of order, but I thought it's brilliant. He had like a homemade like cardboard box. He made like a like a usher in a cinema,
Oh, right, yeah.
and he had like bottles in there, and it said 50p for a bottle of piss. He was walking around with bottles.
selling. Presumably,
Well, people, I bet people were buying it, wasn't it?
Amazing. Honestly, I've never seen such a. You know, when you see sometimes
Now that
you
is-
see bottles being thrown. This was like a solid wave.
Right.
It's like, you know, sometimes in like the historical films, they go blot out the sky with our
Sky.
arrows type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
like
like
that.
that.
It was just the only other time I've ever seen that is at V, and it was
There was
Placebo.
another one. Oh, okay.
Placebo were playing.
Yeah.
And he was like, come on, is that all you've got? Because a few bottles got thrown. And then within a second, it was the most I've ever seen. It was a wave of bottles. It was
Yeah,
brilliant.
it was. It is when,
It's a great
when it all
idea
goes
by that
on.
bloke. I wonder if he was ever on The Apprentice or something like that. I mean, he
Yeah, he might. Yeah.
yeah,
Got an investment.
up there thinking, isn't he?
Bottles of piss, 50p a go.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, well, there you go. Also, remember other memorable bits from that festival. I remember certain Mr. Double S and me buying some. I think it was like you got the stall, didn't you, for like herbal highs,
All the
and
legal
stuff.
highs and stuff, yeah.
And we,
A
me
lot of
and-
poppies and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it was like,
Like
we did some like
sativa and all that
I think we
sort
got
of
some herbal like speed or something. We downed it, and I remember getting Steve didn't have any boots for the festival, so I got him some like steel toe cap boots.
Football boots. Got a pair of
The
predators.
old caterpillars back out.
Yeah, no. But I remember literally we watched The Offspring, and then
Yeah.
we took this like herbal whiz, and we was jumping up and down with steel toe cap boots. Well, I think we must have
You must have
smashed
broken
so many
everyone.
people's toes.
I bet you had a lovely little
we had
gap by the time you
people
finished.
made us some room.
I'll bet
put it
they
that
did,
way.
yeah.
On a packed mosh pit, suddenly weren't so packed anymore. Yeah, it's like pretty bad. And the other thing, do you remember the mushrooms?
You lot decided to partake of some mushrooms.
Mushrooms, and our friend just
Didn't he try to sort of make it really chefy? So rather than just like cook them up, you had like a mushroom soup.
had a mushroom
It's
soup.
It was in general,
yeah.
like, fucking hammered on it or something.
Absolutely spoon, but that you sort of sprinkled them with like crushed
Pringles, crushed Pringles.
crushed Pringles, because that
And
was
the
allegedly-
ravioli.
Was
as
it you
well.
and Pringles?
That's right. It
Was
was-
it you and Pringles at a festival?
Yeah.
I know, exactly, mate.
It was like,
it's my go-to
it was
thing.
ravioli, wasn't it? You had magic
Yeah.
mushrooms on ravioli, and then you sprinkled over the cheese and onion Pringles, because that was a little bit like parmesan.
Proper Gordon Ramsay.
Probably
was
Gordon
like-
Ramsay. They didn't know
remember-
what day of the
yeah.
week it was for hours.
That was
we had to tie a balloon round his arm because he kept wandering off, didn't he?
yeah. It was like
He had a Thomas the Tank Engine.
Didn't he get
it was
interviewed?
like Winnie the Pooh.
Didn't he get
Yeah.
interviewed by MTV or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like a
he
Vox
proper geeked off as well.
Yeah,
So-
they're all rubbish. Everyone's
He was-
rubbish.
He was fucked because I remember taking these mushrooms, and like we was like, for any listeners, young listeners listening, like if you're going to do them, like a music festival,
It's legalised now, isn't
No,
it?
it's illegal.
I was I read
Yeah,
a thing
it
the other
was.
day where it's like
They're
a cure
illegal.
for. I can't remember what it was, like dementia or something like that. It was like finding out anyway. Go on.
I love the way you took 2 seconds to answer it when you said about the
It's for, what's that thing called? I forget.
What is it? I must take one.
Must take gets the mushroom.
The guy's a comedy
Yeah,
genius.
you can. I think you can still get them in Amsterdam and stuff like that. They used to be able to buy them over here, and which we did. They were legal at the time when we bought.
you could buy them legally. You just couldn't prepare them for taking or something.
That's something
Bizarre.
something
There
like
was
that.
this
There was a weird loophole. But I remember getting. We was giggling. We was like, I remember me and Steve. We went in strangers' tents. But I don't know even why. And we was
that a
working
band?
out the plan. That was
Is that a band?
yeah, I love it.
Like Stranger Things, but Strangers'
Tents.
Yeah.
But I remember just everything that Gentle had was just Russian. He was,
That's right,
It
yeah.
freaked us out because me and
Comrade
Steve were
Gentle,
convinced
wasn't he?
he was
Yeah.
Russian.
Yeah.
He was drinking vodka. His fags were Russian.
That's
And he
right.
had these weird little kiss curls at the time.
Yes,
And he
yeah.
looked like a Russian bouncer. And his tent was like booming.
Yeah, you're right.
And it was like proper. And I thought me and Steve were convinced he was going to die of alcohol poisoning because
He
he was
really went
down
for
in
it,
the
didn't
bottle
he?
of
Yeah.
vodka. And it's weird because you go through all different stages on them things of like first giggly happy
Yeah.
and then you go all concerned and that.
Yeah.
I was generally worried.
He
for
did.
his health.
He did rock it back a lot, almost a
Yeah,
later
it was
of vodka,
weird,
didn't he? During like a morning,
It's-
essentially, wasn't it? It was
yeah.
early doors.
And it's not, like I say, things like that aren't particularly great. And do you remember there was like these weird guys coming around with black bin sacks asking for food?
Yeah.
And like we put some crackers in a bin sack. It was just like so fucking weird.
You know,
so,
as you
yeah.
do.
But yeah, so that's really all the memories I got. So yeah.
Festival's a lovely experience when you're not
When
mashed
you're,
and-
yeah, not mashed and that,
Mangled.
or remember I think the Darkness were big that year. Green Day, White Stripes, Hives. They were some of the standout
Yeah, I
ones that I
remember Darkness
remember.
coming on doing a set, yeah.
Obviously the Offspring. I think Chili Peppers, all that sort of stuff. It was a decent
It's
3
a decent
days, wasn't
lineup,
it?
Yeah,
And
yeah. One of my favourite festivals. It was a good one because you could have. It wasn't so sanitised, was it? You
No.
could have fires. You could sort of do your own.
Well, that was
thing
it.
and stuff.
Yeah, on the last night, do you remember? It was like being in a
Yeah,
warfield.
it was a
Everyone
little
like
bit lively,
blew
wasn't
up their was it the gas canisters, wasn't it?
That's
You
right,
had an
yeah, 'cause you
explosion.
could
It
have
was like a
full-
war zone, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could have full
really?
scale cameras.
Yeah,
and stuff,
people would blow up gas canisters, then push over the portaloos. It was like, it's chaos.
It was like the end of the world. It's sort of Lord of the Flies kind of thing. It just went.
I think it was one of the last years where that sort of stuff went
Yeah,
really
they started
down. It
to
started to radically change as they are now. Now they're so sort of
just
different.
so sanitised.
Yeah.
Aren't they? But,
Right there, yeah.
Good fun. Good fun. Any memories from your good self, Mr. Reynolds, or are you?
Mine's only one.
Oh, I mean, it's one more than usual.
I mean, mine
We'll
is
take it.
completely the opposite to that. And that was we had our first child.
Woohoo! One of our
Yeah.
boys got through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the boys got through.
Yeah. So that was
work.
completely different. And that's probably why I wasn't, I'm guessing, at Reading and things like
She,
that.
thought so, yeah.
She popped here tonight as well, didn't she, Phil?
Yeah, popped in, dropped my beer around.
First child of the
It's
pod.
kind of like, isn't it usually the other way around for like?
Yeah, you're supposed to
Yeah.
be dropping your kid off. She's now dropping you off and bringing beers to you.
Yeah. But yeah, that was funny. The only thing I do remember, I think people around your house still, weren't you? Was having
free house, I think I had a
you had a
free
free
house,
house, and you was having people around. Obviously, Claire went into labour, and I remember it went through the night, and I remember She was born early morning, and I come back round on the way back. I popped round to yours, and everyone's I was just like hit for 6. You lot were all like pissed and stoned. Like, I think I look worse than you lot. I was just like, you're just like,
yeah, I've had an
what the
hour's sleep.
fuck?
I'm not
well, not just that, but like, shit, I've got a fucking kid. It's just like it hits you. It's like,
where you been, Phil? Did you pop out to get some cigarettes or anything? I had a kid. Blimey, well done.
Yeah. So
he was like, he was in like La La Land.
Yeah, it was that, weird feeling, but yeah. So that was about it, really.
You knocked on the door. You didn't even have trousers on.
Yeah,
it's only Claire that's supposed to get like changed. I didn't know. I took them all off.
Ron Burgundy,
first kid in the group.
Yeah,
as well.
so I did that. That was it, really. Yeah,
wow, that's not a bad memory.
That's not bad. Yeah,
no, but completely different to where you guys were then, I suppose. That's what I mean.
Very different stages of life.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We were sprinkling Pringles on ravioli.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a slightly different.
That sounds good, though.
It does. You're going to try that, aren't you?
I can't believe old Oliver hasn't nicked it for one of his shows.
I'm sure
Jamie Oliver.
Will do. Yeah. There's a lot of nicking going on.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's not James Corden with jokes. It's Jamie Oliver.
I still do it on my shepherd's pie. I still get ready salted crisps. I smash them up and I'll put it on top of.
I'll do it on tuna pasta bake and things like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's perfect. Well,
exactly.
There's nothing more to say.
I don't think there's a single meal you can't crush crisps on.
I think that's literally a guarantee. Yeah, that's a Dello guarantee right there, ladies and gentlemen. If you can find one, write in and let us know. But otherwise, we're yet to be disproven. Screw you. Okay, let's plough on, gentlemen. Let's talk about what was making the news in 2004. Philip Reynolds, what was making the news in 2004?
God, got loads of deaths.
It was again. Was it every year was like either bombing, wars, or deaths? It was all very depressing, wasn't it? It turns out
it really was.
Go on, who was?
Well, no, I won't go to deaths yet.
Who's dying?
So who's dying? Apart from me on my arm.
So the Father for Justice campaigner,
farmers.
Oh, I remember that one.
Farmers for Justice.
Fathers.
I mean, that would be better when it's Farmers for Justice. Load of blokes with straw hats and pitchforks. You bastards!
You bastards!
I want justice, you fuckers!
Fucking scarecrows, you bastard!
What were Fathers for Justice all about? Then?
So he breached Buckingham Palace security, didn't he? He dressed up as Batman, didn't he? So
yeah,
there was a lot of them around that time, wasn't there?
They were either like scaling high buildings or being like deliberately obtrusive. It's kind of like what's going on now with the Just Stop Oil.
I suppose.
And the Dartford Bridge and stuff.
What other ones did you have?
What do you mean?
You said there was a lot of them type like protests.
Well, that was the only one I had, but I remember at the time there was a lot of
it.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot.
Sort of like benefits for ice cream men.
That's it.
Yeah, all that sort of. Well, maybe it was Farmers for Justice.
But no, they were mainly all dressing up as superheroes, weren't they? It was like Spider-Man and stuff like that.
If you were to do like a protest, what would you dress up as?
He-Man.
Straight away. Like
I robbed the bank with it. I'm going to keep the outfit. I'll just do that.
Or Prince Adam. Which way would you go?
Prince Adam.
Oh, he got a bit of a thought on there.
Yeah. So Prince Adam.
He was like the pinker shirt, wasn't he? And
more vulnerable as well.
What do you find more camp, Prince Adam or He-Man?
Prince Adam.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, well, no, it is, but then like his pants and he's got like a little.
I mean, it's a very tiny pair of leather pants. Isn't it?
It is,
yeah. But the
sitting astride a massive cat.
Tight white. It's white, and he's got a pink waistcoat, isn't he? With the white skin tight.
Yeah, I mean that is proper.
So you've gone back to being 12 again. You just realised what you said, didn't you? Like, I can't say that.
God, Barry, you got a lot of editing.
He looks well.
No, it feels so bad now.
quick, let's get back on track. Dale, what would you wear as an outfit then?
I would wear full-on frogman suit.
Full-on frogman suit? With the helmet, the breathing apparatus, the full...
Yeah, I like that. Maybe...
Or are you thinking like Basildon Bonds? Like the Russ Abbott?
Yeah, full-on Basildon.
The big flippers and stuff.
Yeah. But I think that's a strong look.
Brilliant. That would be amazing.
Jim, yourself?
I'd love to see you two do a bank robbery like that, just as Prince Adam and the Frogman.
What about yourself?
I would probably go as a Prue Leaf from...
oh, really?
The Great British Bake Off.
Oh, really? I'd like to see you as a 1950s roller skate waitress.
Oh, do you know what? I could do that.
Just skating in with some burger and fries, like in Happy Days.
I do enjoy that look. Yeah, fuck it. All right, I'll change it. Prue, if you're out.
You can go with Prue.
No,
You're wearing like hot pants as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I am. When I've got, when you've got legs,
Is he tucking it in?
it's going fully all the way up. Yeah, full tuck.
Buffalo Bill.
Some like leather clad guys says something like really sexist to you, and you just turn around and go, "Sit on it, punk," and they're like,
"Yeah, I just whiz off." Yeah,
sit on it.
A little bit like the waitress in Greece or something.
Yeah. 100%.
All right, I'll wear that just for you, though.
Oh, thanks, mate.
It's all right. Let's get back to the news because I've got slightly aroused. Phil, what else did you have?
What else did I have? UK government announces plans to ban smoking in most enclosed public areas.
It's the beginning of the end, wasn't it? It was the beginning of the end. And that's what made the brush smell so disgusting straight after that.
Yeah, all the farts and
So, the news was coming out, wasn't it?
Smell the desperation and the upset
lots
and the
of
sick and the hormones.
So you could get away with a nasty fart in the old days. Yeah,
the brush, that was easily absorbed, wasn't it?
Because the smell of smoke,
It was disgusting.
It would get even, it might hit the first person or the first, but then
it
by
dissipates
the time,
instantly, doesn't it? Yeah, but as soon as that smoking went, it was all over, wasn't it? You could just no escape.
You had to then, when the band come in, you had to fart and then get out.
You mean you had to claim? It produced an entire generation of claimers.
Yeah.
The pro claimers, some might say.
That's what.
But and not a day goes by that I don't miss that smoking ban.
And then after that it's all death. So
I got another ban. Fox hunting got banned as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about time too.
Yeah.
Especially for young Stephen Simpson.
No
longer persecuted.
Yeah.
So about time that happens.
He's been breeding all over the place.
He really has. He's been round my bins every night past 6 weeks.
Getting locked.
Little tinker. What about you, Richie D? What did you uncover? You tend to go with normal news, or you go with some weird ass news.
If he's going ABC news, do we
leave that to the end?
Do we do the deaths first before we go?
Let's bring it back with some like.
Yeah.
Let's
to score to
I don't know what he's
Sorry, I don't know. ABC News.
Let's leave the ABC News till the end to bring us back up.
I might do that as my new intro for the ABC News.
What we got? What we got, Nuggets? Oh, here you go. Piers Morgan was sacked as the Daily Mirror editor because those faked photos of the Iraqi prisoners. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
They're being peed on and stuff, weren't they? Allegedly?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
What is it? Who were they? Were they just his family?
Just actors, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was peeing on his own children. It sells papers, kids. You'll learn. It's a tough business.
That's a tough job, isn't it? Like, sort of a couple of them mates have got like we'd lead West End roles. What you got? I'm being pissed on by Piers Morgan.
And then you got that bloke sending 50 people with a little bottle just there.
Just getting all the piss.
Oh, amazing. What else have I got? The Gherkin building opens up in London.
Does it really?
Back in 2005. You think it's been around? What, do you think it's been around longer? Or
I don't know, actually. Yeah, it's a tough
funny one, isn't it? Because it's like 18 years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah, I think I'd have said 90s probably.
Yeah. Another very, very stupid name for a building, though. What's the most stupid name you can come up with for a building? Named after food.
Doesn't look like a gherkin.
To be fair, food. I'm not too sure. I was going to say the Wazzlebanger.
To be fair, I would work there 1,000,000%. Yeah. 18th floor.
18th floor at the Wazzlebanger.
Tritzo building.
Ooh.
The Tritzo building. That'd be
that sounds quite nice.
What about the German? What's the German sandwich you had a couple of weeks ago? The Schnitzel.
Oh, the Schnitzel.
The Schnitzel Tower.
The Schnitzel Tower. That sounds quite nice. Yeah, I'd work there. Taco Towers.
Taco Towers. That's good. Yeah,
American based. That is.
Yeah.
Don't know why they're American based.
Just randomly associating tacos to Americans, not
Mexicans. Yeah,
nothing like that.
I don't know why.
All right, let's steer away from dodgy ground for Christ's sake. Over to ABC News with weird shit. Richard Dello.
Right, 2004 was the year of the boob. Do you remember?
The boob?
Yeah, Janet Jackson.
Was this at
and Trouser Snakes. Just into he
the
popped,
Super Bowl.
He just randomly popped out.
There you come, little Janet.
Yeah, but there was. I think that was at the Brits. Was that at the Brits?
I thought that was the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
no, he did it at that happened at the Super Bowl. But I thought there was an incident at the Brits as well.
Oh, there's loads of tits at the Brits.
You got a Brits out. At the,
Brits out tits.
This is getting.
I can't remember anything at the Brits. I remember. Madonna falling over.
That was later than that, though, wasn't it?
Jarvis doing the whole bum thing to
Yeah, it was 90s,
Jacko,
that was-
but I don't remember anything
Bum
else.
Jacko.
He bummed Jacko. You remember? He made the nose and everything. I don't remember any... Whose boobs were out of the Brits then?
I thought they.
Oh, it wasn't. Who were the presenters?
Oh no,
Did she get a bra?
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry, it
Richard
was
and-
Judy.
Richard and Judy.
Judy Finnegan.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, wasn't it?
Ginnigans.
Oh, wasn't it when what you said a couple of weeks ago, Jim? Wasn't he dressed as Ali G, or was that a different?
No, he did that on This Morning, didn't he? He
Oh,
was
okay.
trying
Yeah,
to
no,
be,
they
like,
both
really
went up,
current.
and I can't remember what happened, but a top fell off.
Yeah, the strap broke or something, and she's basically standing there in a black dress, but the front of the dress has fallen down. She's got this
Yeah,
big
that's
white
right.
bra on.
Yeah,
And they're all
yeah.
laughing in the crowd, and Richard thinks they're all like laughing at him.
Yeah.
'cause he's
Yeah, that's.
fucking not.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, oh, and then someone points out, and
then,
he
yeah,
suddenly
he
has to
sort of
cover his
cover-
wife's
Yeah.
modesty up, doesn't he? That's
She
right.
she didn't care, did she? She'd
loved-
happily.
She would whip him out at the drop of a hat, wouldn't she, old Jude?
So it's milking
Hey,
time.
Jude.
I love it if like Prince come on and just started like just started milking them. I don't know, I don't know.
He's just lost his way, hasn't he? Bless him.
Who's the other one? Prince and
The New Power generation.
that's the one.
Carmen
yeah.
Electra.
And all
She's
the,
doing
all
the
the
other
chili peppers as well. Just
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah,
Milk-
Flea, just having a go.
plenty of milk. Plenty of milk.
Plenty to go round.
Right, a question for you guys. What did Donald Massive Dump Trump, what was his famous reality TV catchphrase that he got trademarked that year?
Well, he did The Apprentice,
wasn't he?
didn't
So
he?
presumably you're fired.
Yeah, well, you're sacked, though. Is it an American? There's got to be an American term for it, isn't it? Well, Alan Sugar's is you're fired, isn't it? So
Oh, what was he? Was he
get
not
the
same?
fuck out of here. So,
Hey, you piece of shit. Fuck off. I don't know. What was his trademark then?
Bye bye cherry pie.
Oh, that's what it was.
was it really was?
No, it was actually you're fired. But I think because Apprentice then went on to BBC, he could have it. Funnily enough, so all right, the fat belly theory.
Oh, well.
Apparently, eating is a
played into
skinny
my,
person's
hands.
game.
Is it?
Do you know who was the Michael Jordan of the hot dog eating competition?
So that was a
We know,
Japanese fella,
yeah.
right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, we know that, don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Big, tiny Tombo.
So he went on in this year to eat 53 and a half
Hot dogs.
hot dogs, yeah.
In
With
what
buns.
Not at the time, just
Oh,
that
right.
was
Just
I
that's
think
the quantity
the amount.
thing.
53 and a half.
Bloody
It's
hell.
quite a long.
I mean, I think four's quite big for a lunch.
this is a great name. I love this. Sonia Black Widow Thomas.
2, right, she was.
Guess how many pounds of cheesecake she ate in 9 minutes?
Cheesecake.
I mean, that's gloopy and it's a bit, innit? All sticky and stuff. You can't eat a lot.
In
of that.
how long?
9 minutes.
Jesus,
How many pounds of
2.5
cheesecake?
pounds. I'm going with 2.5 pounds.
Are you going, okay. Where are you going? Are you going higher or lower, Phil? Higher or lower? Higher or
I'm
lower?
going slightly higher.
Oh, you
Where you going?
I'm going to go £3.
Ooh. Phil wins, but it's £11.
What?
£11
She's
of
eating
cheesecake.
more than a pound a minute.
She is. She also holds a record for the most amount of
Heart
eggs.
attacks.
Yeah. She's the most amount of eggs
Cholesterol.
eaten in.
Eggs. Like hard boiled.
Yeah. Do you want me to give you the time,
Give us the time and we'll try.
or do you want me
and
to
guess
give you
number
the
of
eggs? And then
I
you
reckon time is a better thing, isn't it? We guess the
Yeah.
number of eggs.
Right. 6 minutes. Well, how many did she
Shit,
eat
well.
in 6
Hard
minutes?
boiled eggs.
Yes.
Peeled.
Well, just
So-
as eggs.
so
They
she-
just flomp. They just
But I'm guessing
So they're
hard
already
boiled.
peeled, she just puts
She's
them out
got
like
them.
airplane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
It's
guessing,
like
yeah.
the Steve McQueen thing, presumably. It's like 50
Yeah.
eggs.
I'm guessing it will be
In how many
peeled.
minutes?
In 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
Christ, I reckon you could do one every, 10 seconds?
Bearing in mind, so I'll give you the key to this question.
They at first, I reckon they slide down quite.
Yeah,
They're really
but after
slippery,
a while,
aren't they?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I reckon
I reckon
42.
I reckon
Okay.
6 minutes.
I've gone early.
I love it.
again.
I'm
Yes,
loving
like-
the. We really got to film these. Just
Yeah, because
to
Phil
see
really
Phil
does look like
putting
he's...
a
It's like he's been asked for like his social security number or his kid's birthdays or something. It's like-
I reckon in the first minute she did quite a lot.
I reckon
84.
I was going to say now I've said
84.
42. I feel like I'm
Okay, right. And you said how many, Jim?
42. I think I said he doubled mine.
Yeah. So Jim's the winner.
Get it.
Well, I think. Yeah, I think.
Am I really the winner?
60
Maybe.
something.
Maybe Sonia's the real
65. 65
Shit,
eggs.
now.
So that was well.
Oh no, I was the winner.
Yeah, you're the winner. 19 off. I mean, who's the real winner? Maths.
Yeah, 65.
the school system in Benfleet.
Right. Well, I've got some more
Mrs. Brian, she said our results are nothing.
She's turned in her grave.
more nonsense for you chaps.
Go on.
How
I'm
much
ready.
did a holy toasted cheese sandwich sell for?
I remember
With a
this one.
picture of the Virgin Mary.
I remember that cheese sandwich.
Oh, that'd be ludicrous price, wouldn't it?
Or would it be something... Gordon, you go first this time. I'm going to...
£25.
£25. Yeah, £25.
Of English money. Oh, I just got...
Well, I don't know. Was it dollars or...
I'll go one higher.
Dollars. Well, if you want to do the equation, you can.
Yeah, go on. How much was it?
Yeah, Jim,
I'll go one higher.
Jim's got
£26. I think it's going to be a lot more.
Yeah,
it's going to be
I don't know what we're thinking.
because people are mental.
Did you?
I'll say £2,000.
£2,000. It went for £28,000.
Shit the bed. And you offered her 25 quid for it. Can't
But
understand why I didn't win on eBay.
this is great. It opened the floodgates for loads of other religious sort of stuff. Yeah, the nun bun with a picture of Mother Teresa on it. So
Amazing.
yeah, so loads of other things. Here's another thing: fat cats and porky pooches. There's 25% of all Western household pets were obese.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Back in 2004.
So
There's
like
some fat cats.
Yeah, lots and lots. So you had lots of kitty conneries and doggy defibrillators. So.
Oh shit!
All that sort of stuff. And cell phone technology in Germany. What is this? No, that's just shit. Sorry, I won't even say this for you.
Can you imagine if that was a real news broadcast? Cell phone technology. No, that's
no,
shit.
Yeah,
I'm not reading
give
this out. So sack me.
Right, Janine. Yeah, she's handed me a bit of paper, and so
Late breaking news.
Late breaking
from
news.
2004.
Breaking news is most baked beans eaten with chopsticks in a minute.
Oh, interesting. In a minute, 60 seconds. So click, 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 click.
34.
Oh no, I'm going to go higher than that. I'm going to go 48.
34, 48. Jim wins 71.
Get in.
And the last one of these,
impressive.
That is impressive, isn't it?
last one of these nonsense world records was the largest gathering of people dressed as Gandhi.
Oh,
How many do you
a
think?
Gandhi gathering.
Right, that's
Lovely.
good.
A Gandhi gathering.
That's going to be a
Big.
lot, isn't it? I'm
I'm going to
gonna
go 8,000.
I was going to go 20,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
Jim wins again. 4,605.
Oh,
Wow.
I
So
was more randy for Gandhi than they were.
that's the hot breaking
Where was that?
news.
Where was that?
Yeah, where was that? Do we know?
Oh, that was in Milton Keynes.
The Excel Centre.
It was in the bowl.
bowl.
Yeah, in the bowl. No, is it? Of course,
NEC.
it's in India. It was in
Of course
India.
it was. Of course it was. Oh, lovely stuff. Good work out, ABC correspondent from across the pond. Now, back to your regular news. Obviously, there was some horrible bits and pieces that happened. There was that awful tsunami on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
It was mad, wasn't
Do you
it?
remember that one? That was like, you had a lovely Christmas day. You wake up, it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
Hundreds
yeah. It's
I saw a
horrible.
photo of that actually
It was just
today,
horrendous, wasn't it?
and there's like there's about 6 people in the sea running out, and it was weird 'cause I'm just thinking none of
way
them
you
survived.
No,
or
absolutely.
or
It
if
was
they did, they were
just-
very lucky. Like it's literally you see this
just
wave
huge,
just
wasn't
behind them, and they're just running out of the sea, and you just think, shit. Like,
Yeah,
Just awful.
no, it's
imagine
awful.
just being in the sea and seeing that coming towards you.
It's like, what you do? You got nothing, nowhere to go.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
the Ewan McGregor film they did about that?
Impossible.
Oh, was it?
that's it.
Yeah, it's horrible, wasn't it?
What, the film?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, both.
Both, yeah.
Good film, but it was horrible to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously there was there's some sort of sporting news as well. There was an Olympics,
Yeah, Athens.
Oh,
wasn't it?
okay, yeah.
Athens Olympics.
I don't remember much about that.
Back to
be
its
Back to the
origin.
home. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh.
We did all right, didn't we? As a team GB,
I don't know.
we got 9 golds
Oh, okay.
in all the posh sports once again. Cycling, rowing,
yeah.
pentathlon, all of that.
was
Kelly
this-
Holmes
Yes.
was made a dame after winning 2 golds.
Yeah. Do
Both
you
of
remember
them.
her dad was so proud? Wasn't it? Do you remember Eamon on? It was like welling up.
He was really emotional on GMTV, wasn't he?
No, do you remember? Do you remember
That's
Parkinson? Do you remember the episode where Tom Cruise is on and Kelly Holmes has just come back? She's won the double gold medal, and he's hitting on her Like it's really weird, and he's making her feel
So
uncomfortable.
when he does the nutty thing, like around that time with Katie Holmes and all
I
that.
don't think it's too long after, but yeah, he's like, it's like way over the top, and he's going, don't you know what you've done? It's so fantastic, and you should be this and that, and he's like, it's really awkward and weird, and Parkinson's not really part of the thing, and it's almost like, and then I think he did actually ask her out, but I think she turned him down.
Yeah,
because
Wow. Well, I mean, one, he's mental, and two, very much a different street there.
Yeah.
But that was a nice little thing. She's done well out of that. I'm very proud of her. Very proud also of Arsenal becoming invincible this year.
Yeah, of course.
Woo, boy, never been done before.
48 games.
So it was 38 in the league. Played 38. They won 26. They drew 12. They lost none.
wow.
Well, you say never been done before, but they won a whole season. But obviously,
They
I
won a
think
season.
Nottingham Forest have got a longer unbeaten run, haven't they? Or something like that.
Well, they went on to do 49 games in total, which I think is the longest one now. And they
so
lost.
it's just one game more, was
They
it?
lost to a dodgy Man U.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well,
I remember watching that game.
Livid.
Man U, Arsenal. Wasn't it? It had to be Man U as
Yeah.
well. Obviously, they were rivals.
And it turns out, every time you look at it, it's the most horrific refereeing performance ever. By
Is this the one with
Mike Ryan.
Keown and Rude?
No, that was during the FA Cup. This was
okay.
literally they just hacked.
It was an
and hacked
evening
and
game. I
hacked
remember
people
being at a
down.
snooker
It was
club.
really?
awful. So you can go on and watch it on YouTube.
I even think
and stuff.
John O'Shea scores, if I remember rightly.
Rooney dives for a penalty, and then I think John O'Shea does, as you say, scores. They lost 2-0, but it was one of those ones where you just went, this might be the most blatant, obvious, amazing sort of proof that Man U get decisions. There's been like 3 send-ins off. It was just really grim. So but anyway, I'm not bitter at all, because obviously we won the league and we were invincible, and it still hasn't been done and sort of replicated thus far. So it's difficult.
So when you
With
lost,
teams-
though, so it's the 2003-2004 season. So you lost at the end of 2004,
so we went into 2005 season.
but you lost at the
2004.
beginning of 2004 in calendar year.
Yes, went through the September to May season unbeaten, and then 11 more games into the next season.
Okay. So you lost at the end of the calendar year, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Probably like November or something like that. October, November.
It was a good little run.
Yeah.
It was impressive nonetheless. But this is the time when sort of Chelsea get taken over as well,
hard
doesn't
hitting
it?
interview there.
Yeah, it wasn't
It's like, don't let your interviewer off the hook.
No, they didn't, did they?
He's come with the shit. He fucking deliver it.
So I'll see what's going on. But yeah, Jose takes over Chelsea, buys everyone.
Yeah.
They win the league.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Did they win it the first season, did they?
First time they won 50. I think he went through like a half season, didn't they? And they didn't quite win.
Oh,
and then the
okay.
next one, they just absolutely twatted everyone.
Crespo and all of that, wasn't it?
Just spent ludicrous money. Rio Ferdinand, Mr. Drugs Test, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He just forgot to take it and got banned for 8 months.
Yeah.
What was he banned for? Does it like any?
Just not.
Well, he refused to
really?
take it, didn't he? So it
okay.
looked so suspicious, didn't it?
Yeah, so he's obviously, they're assuming that he's hiding something. Therefore,
Yeah.
they just banned him for 8 months.
Wow.
Ridiculous stuff. But there was the Euros as well this year. It was blessed with sport.
Euro 2004.
Euro 2004.
I remember that one. Oh,
So that was in Portugal.
Oh, this is when Rooney and Ronaldo, is it Rooney and Ronaldo? The wink?
had their
Was it the
little-
wink? Was it
No, that's the World
That
Cup.
was Beckham and
That's the World Cup. That's in 2006, isn't it? The wink.
Oh,
and
right, so
then
it's
this is where
2004.
Rooney broke onto the scene. He had an amazing Euros.
Yeah, and he got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, he did his metatarsal, didn't he?
that's right.
Oh, yeah, he was awesome in that time.
And then we
wasn't he?
played. I think we went out to Portugal, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was,
We lost on penalties
Penalties,
to Portugal
yeah.
in the quarters. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was good. That was a good one.
Do you remember who won it?
Greece.
Yeah,
It was
the
good,
unexpected
yeah.
winners.
Yeah, they beat Portugal in the final.
They
Didn't
did, yeah. So literally beat the home nation
Mate,
of the final.
imagine that.
Yeah.
Ooh, no one gets out alive.
Whoever bet on Greece, that would be
you imagine
one
it? Literally
stupid
just-
odds, wouldn't it?
It was like Denmark and Greece were those two completely
Yeah.
unexpected ones, weren't they? From
Yeah.
92 and then that. Madness. Absolute madnesses. Yeah. Really interesting stuff. That's all I've got for sports news and news and our ABC news. Any more for any more?
No, I got some deaths, but I'm not going to go down there.
Are you not?
No.
You deciding it's...
I like it. Leave it. Let's leave
Yeah,
it there.
let's leave it there.
I don't want to
Okay,
bring it down.
that
I
sounds
don't want to bring it
reasonable.
down tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, nice. Thanks, Phil. Keep it
Like
keep
it, mate.
light.
Fair play.
Keep it light.
Christopher Reeve died.
Oh, that's not super, man.
Nah, that's not.
Yeah. No, I'm leaving it there. No, I'm leaving it there.
Just as we walked out, I thought
Did you have a lot of deaths then? Did you?
Who else died then?
Marlon Brando. Ronald Reagan, John Peel.
Shit, I remember John Peel.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He came up in music and stuff, so I was like,
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you was at his bedside.
I remember him doing it.
I remember him. I smothered him.
Go. It's like, make sure Jim's here.
All right then, chaps, let's talk about the TV hitting our screens back in 2004. What did we know? Richie D, let's start with you on this one.
Okay, very sad news to start off. It was the final episode for Seth Armstrong in Emmerdale.
Oh, poor little guy.
Yeah, it was very emotional because his brothers Neil and Lewis were there to say goodbye as well. So,
Wow.
very sad. Was it Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise on crack with Dame Kelly Holmes? Already done that, haven't we?
We have indeed touched on that. Creepy Tom.
Joe Pasquale wins heavyweight world championship, or I'm a celebrity.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I always get that
can't remember.
confused.
This must have been about the second one, isn't it? Or
I'm a celeb. Yeah, I reckon so.
yeah, got Hustle. Do you remember Hustle? It was like, I used to love that.
What's that?
It's a drama about like different hustles every week. So there's a team of 6.
What was his name? Robert Thingy-my-floppy. The old
Thingy,
actor, I forget.
Jake Busker, Robin
Roddy-
Legs.
Oh, yeah. Roddy Turkey Pants and... who's the other one? Mark Philippoussis.
Mark Philippoussis.
No, yeah, I don't
Do you
remember.
not remember it? All right.
Doesn't ring any
Basil.
bells.
It's
Doesn't
funny.
bring anything back.
Even with that cast.
Brett Licker.
It was good. It was decent because they.
You never
they
watched it.
brought-
I thought you might.
Because that,
Might have done, I
that
just
was the
can't
drama,
remember.
wasn't it? And then they started doing ones where they sort of show you how to do those kind of cons. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
one? With
yeah, that's
Alexis
Oh yeah, the
Conrad?
real hustle, wasn't
The
it?
real hustle
yeah,
and stuff. They
yeah,
sort of
that's
showed
right.
you how to
I may have done. I
do
don't know.
bits and pieces.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Live at the Apollo started.
Yes,
There's kind of
absolutely.
like the big rebirth of stand-up because before
wasn't
then,
it? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, kind of. It wasn't as great. But then,
They were kind of throwaway acts at the end of something, weren't they?
yeah, there wasn't
never
a big.
a
Or
dedicated-
occasionally, a stand-up would get their own show off the back of winning, like the Perrier Award or something like that.
Yeah.
But generally, there wasn't much. But this was kind of like showcases, and
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
from
'Cause that was Jack D hosting, wasn't it?
Jack D hosted it. It used to be Jack D live at the Apollo,
That's
and
right.
then it turned into live at the Apollo, and then it just gave birth to different stand-ups, and then they got things like anything from presenter jobs to like other things, and it gave birth to other like panel shows as well, which probably get into another thing. Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah, that begins, doesn't it? And it's very, very old-fashioned kind of a guys with old Brucey giving it the beans. That was maybe Angela Rippon, wasn't it?
Was it or Rosemary Ford? Or no, it wasn't.
She
That's
was on the other
Generation
thing.
Game. Yeah.
But yeah, it was really old and crusty, wasn't it? It sort of has been through a bit of a rebirth.
You wouldn't like to
recently,
see Bruce sort of like grinding with Rippon, would you?
No,
it's
it's been
not
sick in my mouth.
that love. I don't know. Yeah, you like a bit of old and bold, Phil. A bit of crusty love. Yeah,
he plays his cards close to his chest,
just,
but we know.
still helping out at the old people's home.
He's been asked not to go back to.
Worst week of my life.
Oh, that was
I
good.
remember
That
that,
I used to love
yeah.
that. That was brilliant. That was.
Who was that? That was.
What's his name?
We really should come with more British.
Yeah.
We just sit here and go, oh, what was his name? That fella with the thing and
Nick
stuff.
Sticker Bullet.
That's
it.
going to bug me now, though. What was his name?
Maybe we'll come back to it. Keep thinking. Keep thinking.
Yeah, I've got some more, but if
But
you
it was
guys
the-
want
it was
to.
the final episode of Friends on Channel 4.
Oh, okay,
happened
yeah.
this year.
Was it really?
Did you cry in that one?
I'm a massive bitch, so I probably did tell. But nearly 9 million of us watched that
Really?
on the way out.
Oh,
It's not bad going.
I think I probably would have watched the last one, yeah.
Fraser also finished on Channel 4
Oh, really? Okay.
this time. Where am I? Top of the Pops moved from Friday night to Sunday evening,
Yeah,
sort of
oh, really?
marking like the end of
End
its
of it, yeah.
peak
Yeah,
viewing
it's
and
weird,
stuff.
yeah.
It was
Fizzled out.
Ben Miller in the
Ben Miller.
Oh, Ben Miller,
Of
yes.
course it was. Good work.
And Sarah Alexander, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
they were she was in coupling and stuff, wasn't
Yeah.
she, as well? And
Was that from Armstrong and Miller?
And Jeffrey Whitehead, who's the dad, he's the one in who's in the Lee Mack now, isn't it? He plays
yes. Yeah.
not going out, isn't
Not going
he?
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like the dad in it, wasn't he? Yeah, that was good. That
It was very, very good. Other comedies, Nighty Night on BBC Three.
Yeah, that's good.
Now
Oh, I like
was
that. Yeah,
classy.
that's really
Julia
good. Yeah.
Davis and it and stuff.
Wow.
She was amazing. And the Mighty Boosh began in...
Oh, was it really? I didn't have that one.
Mighty Boosh. That was quality.
Which was, again, just the most bizarre, surreal stuff.
Well, another surreal comedy I got here is... I love this, but it doesn't get much mention, is Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Yes. Love that as well. Yeah, really bizarre.
Brilliant. It's, so great.
There was so much good stuff when you think, because there was also Green Wing.
And
that was amazing as well, because you had all the Smack the Pony lot and Tamsin Gregg.
I love Green Wing. The only thing with Green Wing, it was on for like 40 odd minutes.
It was quite long, wasn't it?
For
was
a comedy, it turned more into, it was in between, wasn't it? So I did like it, but
really, really good though.
I had Lost this year as well. I know Del had it as 2001.
Is that not that because it went from Sky to Channel 4?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it started on Sky 1, didn't it?
Type it in, it does say 2004.
Yeah, Phil, exactly. It started on Sky. And it moved to Channel 4.
It's a Japanese version of
it. Take out with Wiki.
Yeah, take out with Dell's Wikipedia.
Sticky.
Wikideldia.
Yeah, don't make
Desperate Housewives?
Yes.
Oh, was it? Really?
Deadwood as well. Didn't watch Deadwood.
Remember Deadwood?
There we go. Deadwood, good Western that was.
Is that with Lovejoy?
It was, Ian McShane.
He was a right nasty bastard.
Yeah.
Entourage?
I loved Entourage, It was cool. It was just like friends hanging out and just it was easy to watch.
Living the life that you've almost wanted to live.
Pretty much. It was based on Mark Wahlberg's Entourage as well.
Yeah, and is his brother in it? He was, wasn't he? Was he his brother that was in it?
Donnie Wahlberg. Kevin Dillon, Matt Dillon's brother.
Oh, yeah, that was him,
Kevin Dillon,
Shameless as well.
I was going to say Shameless. Channel 4 had a hell of a lot of good stuff.
That was good. Shameless.
Shameless, the first two series. I can't. Did it get? It started to go downhill after.
It was either
the first three or the first two.
They had like James McAvoy, stuff like that.
So. And they actually maybe the first three were good. It towards the end it started.
It was just a pastiche of itself.
But it was great.
It was great, and there was something called No Angels. I don't know if you guys remember that.
It rings a bell.
It was like 4 nurses that were always out on the piss, kind of thing. And it was just really. It was like one series.
Who was in that?
Amazingly good. I want to say it was Sharon Horgan, but it wasn't. So I won't say it was Sharon Horgan.
Dawn French?
Again, I should know my... there was a girl that was also in...
Should know your nurses.
Thing called Pulling that was on BBC 3, and that was very good as well. But we'll have to find it and be better at this. Who Do You Think You Are started up, as did Match of the Day 2, and Doc Martin on ITV, which has just come to an end this year.
It's finished, isn't it?
Has it really?
Yeah. So add some legs on it, that stuff.
Yeah, Doc Martin, they stay down in Cornwall for like 6 months of the year when I do
filming.
Right,
didn't they?
Yeah.
Quite
imagine that as a gig, just going...
Yeah, I know.
Go down there for 6 months, we put you up in a place, and then you film, and then you just come back.
Guy I walk around the field with I don't walk around the field with him, that's weird. With dogs, obviously.
You just walk around with dogs? I don't know what one's weird.
Not my dogs, just like any dogs. Just like, I catch them. We catch dogs and we walk around and we chat. But he said, but when he went down to Cornwall, he said that he booked a place and then it just happened that the producer of Doc Martin wanted to use his place to film there. So he said, basically, look, if you go out for the whole day, we'll pay for your whole holiday. And he did. And he said, so it was pretty cool, So
what a gig, though. Imagine going, we're going to, 6 months down Cornwall in the summer.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Mate.
Turns out acting really is.
I'd be about 3 stone heavier with all the pasties, the cream teas and all that, mate. Oh, love the...
Sounds like an
love
absolute
Cornwall,
Good old gig, that. Doc Martin. I wonder if he's been going for so many years.
Exactly. Speaking of doctors that's been going for years, Doctor Who came back with Billy Piper as the new companion.
Oh, really?
Who was the first Doctor? It was Christopher Eccleston.
Christopher Eccleston. He did like a film. Was it like a TV movie or something?
It was a very quick one. He basically got the gig and immediately went, I'm quick.
Yeah, he kind of brought him back, didn't he? And then David Tennant obviously took it on. And
who's just come back as well as the
apparently
new one.
so.
Is he really? Oh, okay. I thought it was Alan Carr.
If only it were. What an absolute dream that would be. Massive long scarf, funny hat. All right.
I'm the doctor.
But that's amazing. Yeah. So I'm not massive fan of The Who, but it continues to draw the crowds in.
They were better ones, though. I didn't watch a lot of them, but he definitely made it
more
Yeah. He brought a big crowd back in, didn't he, to be fair?
Very much so.
And it made him as well, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done pretty well out there, hasn't he? Anything else telly-wise grabbing your fancy, chatty chaps?
I can't remember if we mentioned it on the last one, but it come up in mine, Arrested Development.
I think you might have mentioned that.
Yeah, so... And I had Bossy Bitch as well.
Is that Super Nanny?
Sorry, Peppa Pig.
So I did actually have Peppa Pig Davies on Channel 5.
So
she's a very opinionated 4-year-old.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So sorry, Bitch is a bit hard,
No, I'd run with that. She's not a pleasant role model.
Yeah, because the other characters with it, like Rebecca Rabbit, is lovely.
Lovely girl.
Emily Elephant, I got all the time in the world for Emily.
Dream.
Poor little George.
He
gets a rough ride, doesn't he?
Yeah, she's
all the parents focusing on that.
Yeah, and the fact of he's been like, what is he, 10 years, and he still just says dinosaur.
I mean,
they're not educating him, are they, in the pig household?
He's really getting not really, a rough ride, isn't he? Yeah.
Like Pepper's got everything. She's spoiled.
Absolute. Well,
the brother's just saying dinosaur.
Household name. He's sitting there.
I think social services should really sort that out. Really.
Is it still going, Peppa Pig?
I don't know if it's still on.
Still, is it reruns?
It's like massive. It's big in America as well. It's like it is huge. Considering they've made a theme park of it.
Yeah, you got to continue sort of.
I'm pretty sure.
New year of kids, haven't you? Every single.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they do. They've done new episodes. I mean, Molly Mole even appears. There's a.
Who knows?
There's a new.
You're more up to date.
You said there wasn't a character in when I mentioned Molly Mole.
No, you was talking
about
Molly
I see. You said Molly the Mole Man.
Well, sorry, I didn't know you got a Peppa Pig video game.
We found a great fan. I won't have Peppa slated.
So everyone else in the house was playing like Call of Duty or Fortnite, and Phil's like on a Peppa Pig game.
Just watching Peppa Pig. You've got to have a hobby, Dale. Got to have a hobby. No, lovely stuff. Some good stuff on the old box, wasn't it? Should we see what was making the big screen?
Silver screen.
Shall we go? Shall we? Should we roll straight?
Oh yeah.
Well, you know the drill, chaps. It's a 3-2-1, and then we'll talk about some honourables. Let's start with our own Barry Norman, Philip Reynolds.
I'm struggling with number 3 though. See, this 2004.
It was a year of films.
Yeah, 100%.
There was some good ass films on.
There's a lot of films that I saw this year that I probably haven't seen since, and I wanted to rewatch just to think, has it stood the test of time? Do I still like it?
Yeah.
And I never got the chance. I did watch one of them, and then I realised. No,
maybe it wasn't actually. It wasn't as good as you thought. Okay,
so my number 3, right? I'm gonna
because I did struggle. I must confess, there was about 4 or 5.
I've got my number 2 and my number 1. My 2 and 1 I've got.
I thought this was good for films.
This was a good year.
I think I'm going to go number 3.
This was a
bit depressing. Depressing.
It was a bit depressing.
But I'm going for $1 Million Baby.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Clint Eastwood film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I love $1 Million Baby.
Boxing film, woman boxer, and it's. I remember watching.
That's not Hilary
Swank. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Morgan Freeman and stuff.
And it's quite it's like a story about her becoming a boxer and he's a trainer, and it's all this like Rocky story, and then it just takes a fucking turn about halfway through, and she gets paralysed because she hits her head on a stall or something.
Yeah,
and it just goes fucking dark as you like. I remember just watching it like, this is taking a turn, isn't it? I was enjoying this 10 minutes ago. Now
if you go to the toilet halfway through it and like come back and haven't seen that accident, you're totally in the dark.
Really bizarre, but
don't worry, guys, it's not a spoiler alert.
But it's a good film, worth a watch.
Yeah, no, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's
definitely worth a watch.
I'll have to watch it again. I've got to a certain point.
Yeah, that was one of them I did want to watch again.
You've seen it up to the accident. You didn't know that she was paralysed.
that is a challenging wank.
Cheers, Phil.
That is a challenging wank.
It really is.
My number 2.
Eastwood and Morgan Freeman sucking each other off, and they're like,
absolute true. Yeah. Two titans at the screen.
My number 2.
Bring it back, Phil.
Shaun the Dead.
Yes. My number 2 as well.
Shaun the Dead. So we'll go with you on that. And then,
it's just phenomenal.
And he's very funny.
I can't. Great. There's nothing. Was it one of our guests has mentioned Shaun of the Dead as well?
Was it Ricky?
I think it might be Ricky actually from the previous one.
Yeah, it's the best of the.
It's the best of the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah,
I mean, Hot Fuzz is good, but it's so clever.
It's amazing.
Such a clever, especially at the time when it came out as well.
Yeah,
because I think they were just starting to bring a lot of zombie films back out as well.
They were, weren't they?
So it's like that time, and it was just the comedy take on it, and the way that
it rode it. But the music and stuff is amazing.
When he's walking down the street and they're all just zombies, but he thinks they're normal because
no
it's
idea,
true. Because it's like a Sunday morning when everyone acts like a fucking zombie, just like
just pop into the shop. Just you're in your own little world.
It was so funny, wasn't it? It's like that take on it.
Really good,
very good film.
But that whole supporting cast is brilliant as well. Especially when, the one where they walk past each other.
Yeah, they're all the same.
The two groups,
the same
they've got
characters.
their different ones. It's really, really good. But I just like the not evil stepdad, but Bill Nighy's character.
The
stepdad and stuff, and Penelope
Phil,
Wilson.
Yeah, she's great. In it.
She's great in it, and obviously she's now in Afterlife.
I know,
with Ricky
and she's
Gervais
she's like timeless.
She's
as well.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's really,
she
really
was
good.
in Doctor Who's as well, wasn't she?
Yeah. But I didn't realise quite how funny she was playing it straight and stuff. She's really, really good.
Down Winchester. Have a beer.
Wait for it all to blow over. But like, when you look at the supporting cast, have you seen some of the people that are like zombies that are kind of uncredited?
Oh really? Like who?
So Chris Martin from Coldplay,
really?
Zombie in it. Russell Howard.
Oh, okay.
There's loads and loads of them of that kind of feel because they're all just doing things for their mates and stuff.
Is there parts in the film where you can actually recognise? No,
they're totally like with the masks.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But it's loads and loads and loads. And when you look at it, it's like a who's who of like the British comedy scene. They're all trying to bust through and help their mates out essentially. But it's an amazing film, and the whole just the being beaten up around the pool table while Queen plays and stuff. Don't Stop Me Now.
Do you know why that was picked? That song. It's because
is it for the pace of the song itself?
Well, no, it's because the West End show had just been released.
We Will Rock You.
Yeah, and that song is not in the show, so he picked it to be
specifically for that one.
It's weird it's not in there, and it's like such an upbeat song. It's probably my favourite Queen song, to be fair. Such a good song, isn't it?
Really good.
Yeah, it's up there, definitely.
But, and it's great for that film, actually, the way the action scene is, and that is brilliant.
So good. Such a good film. Glad it makes someone else's top 3 as well. So what keeps it off the top spot?
I think we've spoken a little bit about this one, and it's Dead Man's Shoes.
I
think I can't remember.
I was wondering if you was going to. We did with. Was it Owen?
I can't remember. I remember we kind of touched on it, but
we did with Owen actually.
Have you picked it at all?
Yeah.
So I'll let you go on about it. But okay. So 3, 2, 1, $1 Million Baby.
Okay.
Shaun of Dead, Dead Man's Shoes.
Nice.
Is,
so Del, well, we know one of yours clearly.
Yeah, well, that's my number 3, Dead Man's Shoes.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, absolutely love this. I actually started watching it again today. It's just, again, a great revenge story.
Yeah,
but it's just the way it keeps you going along. You're literally. I don't know, I found myself absorbed in the whole story, not even thinking about there's a twist, what it could possibly be. I don't know if you saw the twist, because I
didn't, to be fair, no.
And it's just a great, essentially, I think was he in the army, was he? I think he was a soldier.
Yeah, he comes back from the army, doesn't he? Yeah.
And he basically...
Paddy Constantine, he's brilliant in it.
Yeah, and he's got a mentally ill brother who's been bullied by all these, have
you not seen this film?
I haven't seen this.
It's good.
Small town gangsters type. I say small time, they're kind of like towny gangsters type.
So it's a proper British. Yeah, it's a northern thing. It's like you don't mean. I think it's like Manchester way, isn't it?
Like that up north.
It's kind of it's definitely up north.
It's dark. It's bleak.
Yeah,
there's something about, but it's real. You see the actual even the bad guys. They're bad guys, but they're losers. They're not.
Yeah, they're not the cleverest of people.
No.
They're just a bunch of.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
small town.
And there's little things. There's flashbacks and there's little bits of this and that. A bit of black and white in here and all this sort of stuff. And it's just it's captivating. It's mesmerising. Because it's not a standard straight hit you in the face type movie, like it would come up in your, when you type in, the only reason why it's in, because we talked about it on the Owen one, otherwise I probably would have let this bypass me.
Research and the top films, because it's never going to be one that makes a lot of money.
This is up there with one of my favourite British films of all time. It's up there. It's just amazing. Like I say, I don't know, Phil, I don't want to say too much, because the listeners, I feel you should really go and watch this film. Just for that reason.
Yeah, it's great. It's a very good
sleeper
film.
Hits, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great one. So I've got.
It's he went on to make This Is England. Who's the director? Shane
Meadows.
Yeah. So it's that kind of Okay. This Is England kind of
gritty.
Yeah.
But UK through and through.
Yeah, he's very, very good film. And Paddy Constantine, he's brilliant.
He's always good.
Very good, isn't it?
Okay.
So I had my next one.
That's number 3.
Next one was my number 1 until another film popped up out of the blue, and then I just thought I'd check. I again, when I first did this list, it was pretty much all comedies until the others come along. But the one comedy that I had to choose out of all of them was Napoleon Dynamite. I absolutely love this film.
So that was one of my ones that I was going to watch.
3.
That was one of my ones I was going to watch, but I can't remember it as so much. I just left it off. But I remember liking it.
I've literally written on honourable mentions the top one. Very close.
Very close.
This was so damn close.
If I watch this again, it might make it, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I remember liking it.
It's been on Netflix recently. I've watched it twice.
It's better than you realise.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so good.
The dance scene at the end as well.
The dance, but that's it. It's for me. It's a classic. It's up there with Rocky as your classic underdog story,
isn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
100%. It's
good.
Weird, awkward. His family's so weird.
Yeah,
like they're brilliantly weird though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like was it Uncle Rico? As like what? It's like this really strange guy who still thinks he can like make it as a pro American football player.
So good.
And he's
so
like
bizarre.
so much so that he sort of buys a time machine off the internet. It's just like, and he's strange, like Mexican friend.
Yeah.
Who's
hardly any words spoken.
Is it on Netflix? You say?
Yeah, it's on Netflix at the minute.
I'll have to check it out.
Honestly,
I've been wanting to watch it. That was one of the ones I was like, yeah. But
Is it John Heder? Or is it just John Heder or the one who plays Napoleon Dynamite? He's brilliant as this.
Oh Jesus, wept. Yeah, I think it is.
It's just the way he talks as well.
I don't know the name of the actor, but yeah.
So, oh my God!
Yeah, obviously he appears in Blades of Glory and stuff with Will Ferrell.
That again, you see the contrast. He just plays him so well.
Great character, but
again, it's so awkward. But again, it's a teen,
John Heder.
John Heder. It's a teen film. I don't know. I just got what's the guy? There's his brother's so strange in it as well. He's like, and his girlfriend. I can't remember what she's got. She's got a really outlandish name, something like Chardonnay or something crazy like that. And she's like totally out of his sort of league.
Summer, isn't it?
Summer. Yeah, it might be. It might be something like that.
Classic American names. But yeah, it's
awesome. And I don't even. Who's the other guy? Rex Kwon Do. He's like the martial arts teacher, isn't he? He's like so bad. He's
it's chock full of losers.
It's chock full of losers. The storyline is great considering it's a small base town. Even when he goes,
it's a high school. It's a high school
in the middle of nowhere. Even when he gets a job,
makes good type thing.
Yeah. Do you remember when he gets a job on the egg farm?
Oh God, yeah.
And they're so weird. The guys, everything's so weird. Even his nan's weird on the quad bike. She does herself injury. It's just so weird, but it's brilliantly weird. Yeah. And even though it's kind of the people are a bit far fetched, but they're not. If you know what I mean. So it's just for me. It's just I don't know. It's amazing.
Really
but my number one. This film just sort of, as revenge films, this is up there with my all-time revenge film of all time. Again, 2 revenge films because of obviously Dead Man's Shoes. But I love this film. I watched it the other day. Man on Fire with Denzel Washington.
I love that film. That's my honourable mention. Such a good film, isn't it?
I just, I watched this the other day, and it's sort of based upon the kidnapping in Mexico. He's a bodyguard. He gets brought in to look after, obviously called Dakota Fanning.
Okay.
So he has to look after her by her parents who got like sort of money.
Yeah, basically starts with a fact of how many people in Mexico get kidnapped.
It's the kidnap capital of the world.
Yeah. So if you've got a lot of money, they kidnap and obviously make ransom. So it starts with that, doesn't it?
Yes, there's corruption in it. To be fair, I think the acting's so brilliant in this that if it wasn't for the acting, you could go slightly off kilter and it could become so cheesy and over the top. But some of the scenes in it are brutal. And it's just his relationship with Dakota Fanning. Like, he's a bit moody and he's he wants to do his own job, but he builds this.
Yeah, he's a by the book, like bodyguard.
Bodyguard,
kind of,
Well, she
wants to loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of her lucid as time goes, as the film
on.
goes on. She does start to loosen him up, and it's
She
like that.
works
And
so
I'm-
magic on him.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
improve each other.
And literally at the end of the film, I bawled my eyes out last. I watched it last night. I
Very
bawled my
good film,
eyes
man.
out.
Tony Scott, isn't it?
Yeah, Tony Scott
film,
as
isn't it?
well. It's action. It ticks all the boxes for people. It's action. There's a bit of like obviously the the relationship between him and the girl. There's also there's a bit of a twist. There's corruption. There's all sorts of elements in it. It's not just a revenge action
Straight up,
film.
yeah.
It's to me, it's brilliant. That's why it's my number one.
Yeah, I had that as an honourable mention, and only because I haven't seen it for a while. Again, it's another one of mine. I was like, "Ugh." There was a lot of this year where I just thought,
It was tricky.
if I'd have had a couple more weeks,
Yeah.
and
You might
watch
have
these
watched it,
again,
it could have totally
my
different,
three could be
yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could have probably easier made it as well. But I haven't seen that in years, but I remember liking it.
Yeah, just with some of the things as well.
And for a
Bruce
Tony
Bruce.
Scott film, it was actually quite different. It had the action of a Tony Scott film.
It's got quite.
It's got more to it, hasn't it? You're right. It's,
Christopher Walken has a small role. Mickey Rourke's in it. There's a couple of other actors in it are quite high profile. But yeah, some of the stuff in it is brutal though. When he started doing the revenge stuff.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, literally cutting fingers off.
Whoa.
It's like it's to the bone. Yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
Well, let me take you on a slightly different journey, ladies and gentlemen. No revenge films here, let me tell you. So you mentioned in your preamble that you sort of, at one point, Dale, you had all comedy films until you
and it was hard not to keep it.
So I
thought you might.
had some comedy films in mind.
Cool.
So obviously, I mentioned that Napoleon Dynamite bubbled very, very closely under. As did Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
Yeah,
because
it's
it's just very silly. So that just misses out. But nod of the hat to both of them. Number 3, I went with School of Rock, which is just for those wanting to query, in case it was the year before. 6th of February 2004, UK release.
yeah, I like School of Rock.
Taking drama down. It's a great film. It's Jack Black doing what Jack Black does really well, and it's very sweet. And it makes me laugh.
Yeah, I like that. Great
Nice,
All the family
nice,
like that
nice.
one, so it's a solid start. Number 2, we've mentioned is Shaun of the Dead. Bloody marvellous.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. And number 1, I put down as Anchorman.
Yeah,
Because
yes.
I love stupid films. And this is one of the most stupid films of all time.
great,
It's just immensely quotable and it just really stupid, like over the top.
Yeah,
stupid.
he's-
Some of the,
I think it's a bit too stupid for like.
It can
I
drive
like
people
it,
mad.
but
So,
it
like,
kind of just it missed
After
out a bit. I
watching
was just
it-
like,
So-
Yeah,
it's not my
after watching
favourite
it,
like
I'll
Will
like-
Ferrell and film that.
I will quote
like,
it all day long, sort of thing, and that would drive the missus mad and all the rest of it. But it's just one of those. It's very blokey.
but a beard of Zeus was
I mean,
it?
it's
The
like
other one.
all total ham in it, over the top. Paul Rudd's in it, Steve
Yeah.
Carell's in it.
Yeah.
It's like all of that. David Cockner's in it. Fred Willard's in there as
Yeah,
well as
it's good.
the editor
Was
of
he
the.
Whammy? Is he? Or the,
So he's the editor of the news.
Oh, okay.
Programme.
Oh, is that
so
Fred Willard?
They're the
Okay.
one that goes to. Do you hear about that? It's attracting bears now. Their periods attract bears. Now the whole station's in jeopardy.
Okay.
It's just really stupid. The whole Sex
Yeah.
Panther bit.
Yes, Sex Panther's brilliant, isn't it?
It's just the jazz flute
Jazz-
that gets played. It's so stupid.
Even a bit with Jack Black and on the bridge with the
I was
dog.
going to say, backs of the dog getting
Backs-
punted over the bridge by Jack Black. On the inter-news team fight where they don't hit the
with Vince Vaughn
faces and they kill a guy with a trident. It's just someone's got a hand grenade in the middle of this
Yeah.
fist fight. It's stupid. It's an hour and a half of very
It's
silly.
a brick with the furry tractor as well, isn't it? Where he's riding the bear.
He jumps into the bear pit at the zoo and he's riding a furry tractor. It's fucking stupid,
Yeah.
but I love it dearly.
And they're all sexist pigs, aren't they?
100%. It's like
100%,
1970s
Yeah.
newsroom antics. So it's bringing in a female newsreader, and they all have the total lump about it. 'cause
Yeah.
It's a bloke's domain,
And all
and it's
demeaning her.
just-
It's
brilliant.
Right.
Mr. Burgundy, you have a massive erection. Right.
yeah.
Don't act like you're not
It's
impressed.
just standing. Yeah.
It's just very stupid, but yeah, that's mine.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Let's talk about some honourables then. In that case, chaps, you've mentioned a couple, Phil. What else nearly made your list?
So the ones that I've talked about a lot, the ones that I wanted to watch again, but I didn't get a chance. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I love that film.
I remember liking it, and
Yeah,
I just
actually,
wanted to watch it again to see if because I've never gone back to it. So did I like it that much? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just left it out because I remember it's a good film.
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite were done.
Yeah.
The Incredibles.
The Incredibles was my second one on that list as well. It's so good for an animated film. It's
it's very good.
Really pretty much perfect.
It was Pixar
because there was that
around
Shark Tale as well, wasn't there? Out that year as well.
I didn't like
not
Sharks
quite as good, but it was amazing.
The first Saw. Now I don't like these films.
I'm not a fan.
And they
of those films. So
but the first one is actually clever.
Yeah,
it's a clever. It's a bit messed up.
As in the premise.
Yeah.
Stuff, right. Okay.
I think it's like so men in a room. They wake up and they don't know how they've got there, and they've got to do these games and that. And it's very clever the way it's done, and a little twist at the end as well. And then after that, they just get fucking.
It's
stupid.
just gory.
It's just gore. Yeah, what gory? Yeah. But the first one actually is not a bad little horror film. That's quite good. That is. Kung Fu Hustle. That was another one I had. It's a great little film. This
Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah,
it's like they put all the words that will make a good film. Together.
Again, this is another one I wanted to watch again. I've got it on DVD at home, but it's such a good film. It's a really over the top Chinese kind of. I can't remember what actual country it's from. Japan, but it's like a piss take on the old kung fu films, and it's really over the top, and all the action is really over the top. Like he's in the air for like 10 seconds doing all these kicks and that. So it's a comedy action film. But it's really good. And then the film that I hadn't seen, but I did watch again, and it confirmed didn't make my top 3 was Team America.
Now I think I'm gonna have to call you on that.
Yeah,
I've very much got that in 2005.
Well, either way. It didn't make my top 3 on this one. I watched it again this week and I was just like, nah, I don't like this. Didn't like it.
Let me just 14th of January 2005. So you can see why it was click into your American.
But anyway, I watched it
releases.
again, and I wasn't never a fan of South Park, and I remember liking it, but did not like it, but it just wasn't. It wasn't making my top 3.
Fair dues. Well, let's roll that over into the next step. Anyway, what about you, Dale? What about some honourables?
Yeah, very close to being put in was Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
I love this. Half of this again, little cameos from Will Ferrell as like the sort of sleazy, perverted prisoner who gets them to like take their shirt off and like do dragon impressions and go back and like showing their belly buttons and and it's just weird. And the fact of when they have the dance off and he takes all the coke, he mixes the coke up with the sugar, puts it all in puts it all in his coffee. And I just think it's really cool. It's a really good film. Snoop Dogg's in it. Kind of makes it as well.
Of course, he's Huggy Bear, isn't he?
Huggy Bear, Vince Vaughn's in it. It's a great car. It's just fun.
That like cast just got around in so many good films.
Yeah, well, even like
at this time,
I love
everyone. Elf started it, and
they kind of go in, and or even like when they do the threesome, and like old again. Was it? Owen Wilson when he's literally playing on his guitar, and then the bluebird, he's seeing the bluebird. So the dance off is amazing as well. And I can't remember who has a dance off, but he almost gives himself a heart attack, doesn't he? On the dance. So it's like little things like that. It's just all round silly.
That was a good little film. I like.
And also Sean Penn's brother's in it. As he plays like the bully cop who winds up Starsky.
Yeah. That's right. He must have been one of his last.
Yeah, I think it was. He looks quite big in it, actually. To be fair, so he's. But yeah, Moretti, and I love the way he winds up, and I love the fact of when they're watching back the video of Will Ferrell and the dragons, and they're both doing dragon impressions, and then like he's looking through like the blind, and then they're just all taking the piss out of him, and he like whips him with a tail. Just stupid again, like a bit like Anchorman, all that sort of stuff. Layer Cake as well, that was in there. I like Layer Cake actually. Again, and the ending not what I expected, to be fair. Another one, I don't know if you remember.
I haven't seen that for a long time. That's the one with Sienna Miller.
Yeah, Sienna Miller. Yeah. It's pretty good. Shrek 2, and then that's it for me.
Yeah, there's a couple of Shrek 2 because there was a Kill Bill 2 out. There was Last Samurai, Lost in Translation.
Lost in Translation. That was like one of them arty films.
Yeah, you sort of felt like you had
won
to
an Oscar, but I think that's why I watched it, because it won an Oscar. I was a bit bored, really.
Yeah, there was Garden State was out as well, which I quite like. The one with
Zach
Braff.
Had a good soundtrack, didn't it?
Yeah.
Natalie Portman? Is Natalie Portman in
Yes.
it?
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those ones.
He directed that as well.
I think I'm going to have to go back
Zach
and watch
Braff,
it again.
who's that?
You know, from JD from
Scrubs.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, yeah. I was
in
wondering
that.
why that name rang a bell. Yeah, of course.
And then the Football Factory was on there as well, but it doesn't make
Oh,
my
really?
list for
Okay.
for that reason. But yeah, I had Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind on there as well.
The only other one I didn't mention was The Machinist. Remember Christian Bale?
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, have you ever seen that? He's so bloody skinny.
He
And
just loses untold.
Good film though. It was a bit messed up. I remember, quite dark. But yeah, it was good. I remember liking it. But he lost. Oh, he went. That was ridiculous. Weight in that, didn't he?
He does some incredible.
I remember.
Weight loss
I remember
weight
reading
piling
something
on.
like his diet for that film was like an apple a day, a roll up, and a glass of whiskey. That was his. That was his diet for like so many times. He lost.
He definitely kept the doctor away.
Yeah, it was an apple. It sounded like an apple roll up and a glass of whiskey.
Wow.
Was his daily diet.
Jesus.
I don't know why
I've done
why
that.
them things.
I've done that by
Didn't he?
breakfast.
What did he go straight from there to the Dark Knight?
Yeah,
to where
Batman
he
Begins.
beefed
Absolutely
himself.
beefed up
yeah.
again.
Yeah, Batman Begins. He went to.
Oh, Batman Begins. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's crazy.
was
And he was like, he must have been about 6. I think he was like 6-7 stone.
Jesus, well,
just
that's-
you see his ribs and everything, can't you? It's
That's
just-
one of my legs.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's not good for your internal organs.
No, do not go that high and then low
Yeah.
and stuff. It's madness, isn't it?
But yeah, that was a good film. Again, I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being very dark and yeah.
There's a good few, but I mean, there was a lot of good films in that year. It turns
Yeah, it's
out.
great. Yeah.
Very difficult, but I think we've done some good 3-2-1s there, chaps. I'm impressed with all of them, and I will give Dead Man's Shoes a watch.
Yeah, I think you'll like
I
that
mean,
one.
I can't say when because it's obviously adding to a long.
You've got to watch
list,
7
but
first. You still haven't watched that one, yeah?
I've got a lot going on. It turns out, Phil. A lot happening in my life. But there we go. Let's draw movies to a close.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, chappy chaps, we're going to rumble on and we're going to hit up our music of 2004. So, similar premise, you know the drill, 3, 2, 1, some honourable mentions, we can all go home and have a nice hot chocolate. So, Del, you're going to start us off with music. What was rocking your charts?
Yeah, so I'm going to put it to the panel.
Is this a dodgy?
It's not a dodgy, it's a joint one. Can I go with a joint one? Because I found it too
going
hard.
early.
What's that mean? Joint one?
As you can have a joint free.
He can't
Can I have
split.
a-
Oh, right. No.
No, okay. Fair enough.
Wow. Straight in.
Oh, okay, all right.
No,
well,
go on. We'll let you off.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, number joint.
This is Tom Jones.
no, it's not.
If
Joint,
it's not Tom Jones, then you can't have it.
joint free is Keen, Hopes and Fears. Again, like a good album, quite depressive, but there's some great songs on there. Bend the Brakes, Somewhere Only We Know. It's a bit ruined by M&S. Everybody's changing.
Yeah.
This is last time, but again, I probably would have chose this if I had to. It was actually Scissor Sisters debut.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was really good, actually. I wasn't like, I think Claire had it actually back in the day, but never really gave
Was
it
that
much.
Take Your Mama? and stuff?
Take Your Mama, Laura, Mary, Comfortably Numb, Tits on the Radio as well. What a great
What a tune.
great tune. And Filthy Gorgeous. There's it's a really good poppy type disco-y album, very, very camp, very sort of theatre.
I considered it briefly, but I didn't really know enough of them. But now you've sort of gone through them, I can
It's decent,
picture it,
yeah.
mate. It's not bad. And they were great live at the festivals that year as well, weren't they? They started
Yeah,
to
exactly.
come out.
Always good. Again, like just put on a show, always fun. Like I say, a sort of
So is that your joint free with...
joint free. But
yeah.
if you want me to ditch one, I'll
Very,
probably
very disparate.
You know, well, I can.
So if we said no, what one would you do?
I would go
Put
Scissor
guns to your
Sisters. Yeah.
What, as your free
As
or
free,
your
yeah.
ditch
Number
it?
3.
No, I'd go with Scissor Sisters as a free.
Ditching.
Yeah.
I just think because of it's just I wouldn't
upbeat
really choose
stuff.
to listen to Keen, Hopes and Fears now because it's so down.
This is a bit down,
Whereas
yeah.
Scissor Sisters is a bit upbeat. I'd go with that really, to be fair.
Fair play. Strong.
So number 2, Killers, Hot Fuss.
Cheeky, yeah.
It's number 2 just because of how we talked about it before in previous years. First 5 songs amazing, second 5 are written by a 5-year-old.
See, it hasn't made my free because of that reason.
Oh, okay.
Ah, well,
fair
it does
enough.
make
Ooh.
my it does make mine.
So
it
again-
annoys me.
It annoys you. Oh, okay. But the
Well, prepare to be
See
annoyed
the-
again in a little
Want to
minute.
hear the wrath of Phil? Yeah,
No, it's
so
just- we've done it. It's the first 5 songs are
Oh,
fucking
100%.
awesome, and the
Yeah.
5 I just Shit.
We can go over. Should we go over them? Or
Well, this is the show. So it's my number one. So I'm quite happy to discuss it. As
honestly, mate,
don't, mate. So let's
you
let's
wax lyrical on it, mate.
No, it's purely the. Mr. Brightside is one of the greatest songs going. It's an absolute floor filler. As we said, the 5 are great.
And Jenny was a friend of mine. Starting off with,
it's an amazing song.
Great song.
Yeah, absolutely. And then like "Smile Like You Mean It" and "Somebody Told Me" and all these things that I've done.
Yeah, somebody told. Yeah,
somebody told me he's a bit annoying.
I like that.
It's up there.
It's all right. I still listen to it.
It's still
thumping. It goes with the album. But
yeah, it's just those 5 songs were on repeat. I would suggest. I don't mind
if there was 2 or 3 average songs after that. I would say. Yeah, really good album, but they're not. They're just not even.
They're not there, are they?
They're just not even.
Totally get.
They're just not even.
I totally buy that. But
not even listenable. They're shy.
It's the fact that when they do it live as well, they're an amazing live.
It's a strong 5.
A few years ago,
I saw him at I literally.
It was like a cabaret singer to me.
My show, but they are Vegas based, aren't they? So they're very showy, but they just get such a positive vibe.
He did sing all the good songs, all the classics. I must admit, he sang it pretty much every. If you did Greatest Hits Killers, he's done it.
That's what they've done. Yeah.
What was the other of the second album?
Sam's Town.
Yeah, that was the big hit of that?
You had Read My Mind When We Were Young.
When we were young.
Yeah. The second album's got a good few songs in it, but the fillers are okay as well.
What's the other song? I don't mind actually all these things that I've done. I don't mind
that.
That's
a great song. I think I really like that.
So I like that one. But number 1 is for me, Razorlight Up All Night. I hadn't listened to this for ages. I put it on. Obviously, the lead singer is not personally my cup of tea, but
Johnny Burrell.
I don't know. Maybe he's different now. Actually, to be fair,
he might have mellowed.
He was on Buzzcocks when he at some
point. I was going to say recently. I think they're doing another album.
Okay. How did he come across all right? Because
he wasn't too bad.
Maybe it was just when he was in his youth.
Up on it.
You made it sound like you was representing him. Did he come across all right? Did he let me down?
Did he let me down again?
Was it okay? Did he behave himself?
I show my face at the BBC again?
The album was called Up All Night. Maybe they were a little bit on.
A little bit up on the cocaine.
Because they also had one called Vice and then the other one called Golden Touch.
Yes.
Which does make you wonder whether
do you know what Golden Touch is meant to be about?
I'm going to say piss.
No.
Oh, my bad.
Apparently it's about...
Honey Nut Loops.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, he loved them. No, I mean, it's meant to be about anal sex. Apparently, Golden Touch. Apparently, I know a girl with a golden touch. Apparently, that's what it's meant to be about. Raise Night, so Up All Night. I like the actual song Up All Night.
It's unfortunate that the song Rip It Up follows that.
Rip It Up, exactly. Or Rip It Up, Rip It Up. I don't know what version.
And then
of that
the next song is called Somewhere Else.
Leave.
More unfortunate.
No, I just think it's a really cool.
It was a great
punchy album. Leave Me Alone, Rock and Roll Lies, Up All Night, Rip It Up. Don't Go Back to Dalston. Well. Somewhere Else. Somewhere Else was added on to the album. Yeah. On the original one, it wasn't there. But again, I love Somewhere Else. It was great. And I think Get It and Go as well. So
it was that kind of post-pubby thing, wasn't it? It was just a nice laddie album.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah,
it was my
again, just before you
it works.
Sort of go out, sort of thing. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. How about you then, Mr. Reynolds? I imagine yours might differ slightly.
Yeah, slightly. I had a couple. I had Keane as a honourable mention.
Mm-hmm.
REM had Around the Sun, but it is a truly awful album.
It really is.
So I haven't got that. He had a couple of good songs on it. Leaving New York, Electron Blue as normal, but the rest of the album, I don't know what happened. Really overproduced album. I think they started on it and they did a tour and then come back to it, and I think they think that was their downfall.
Too much of a break.
They didn't. They just didn't work on it. They did that, but anyway, it's not a very good album, so that's off. But I have to mention them because we all know. So my number 3 which seems to be a theme in the 2000s. Biffy were at it again with another album.
Love the Biff.
So this was Infinity Land. This is a really good album actually, with Glitter and Trauma as number 1. It's like a slow, dancey track, and then it builds up, goes all really good, like to Biffy. Strung to Your Rib Cage follows that. It's another great heavy track. I used to play at the Brush all the time. We probably spill
dare
some
say
beer
we've,
over it and that.
knock some people over to that one.
But that's a good album. Number 2 is Interpol with Antics, their second album.
See, I wasn't as keen on that one.
I preferred this to the first one, actually.
This was-
And then I prefer the third one to this one, actually.
Right. Is this for Slow Hands?
Slow Hands, Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good album, actually. I really
Yeah,
liked
it was
this.
close. Yeah.
But my number 1 was Arcade Fire with Funeral.
Oh, okay.
Very good album. Their debut album, Wake Up. You got that 2000?
I've got that in 2005.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Wake Up, Rebellion, Neighbourhood number 1.
Yeah. Was that? It was the one with Alexander.
Yeah,
is
that's
that
Neighbourhood.
right?
They have Neighbourhood number 2. I
Right,
think there's
okay.
like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah,
But
I like it.
I don't know when it was released, but I've got it as 2004 anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know when it was released, but I've put it for 2004.
Yeah.
That's literally, you've gone, for this
No, I've got it
decade,
as 2004, but
I need
I don't know if
30
you've
albums
I don't
in the
know if you've
decade.
got when
I'm
it
just
was.
going to make them up and put some dates against them. Okay.
But no, it came up as 2004, so I've got it as that.
Absolute disgrace. we'll let it go for the time because I haven't got the exact date, but yeah, interesting. It's not a bad little, not a bad run. I mean, mine and
Do you
Dell's
mean-
are very close
Okay.
in terms of our. I reversed your 2 and your 1, so my number 2 is Razor Light, my number 1 is The Killers, but again, they both had a lot of decent singles on them. And my third was a close run thing.
Yeah.
With Kasabian's Kasabian,
Yeah, that was a good.
which
one.
was bubbled under, but I gave it to Embrace and Out of Nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Which
was
is their
a
third
good
album,
album.
which is a good,
that
good
didn't come
album.
up.
Because that had Gravity, and
Yeah.
Ashes, and A Glorious Day, Out of Nothing.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah.
As You Are. There was some really nice stuff. It was tried and tested, and it was very melancholic, but it worked for me.
That's
Are they still going, Embrace? Or?
probably.
Currently,
Yeah,
like, most of them are still touring. I
Yeah.
think it's the McNamara brothers, isn't it? Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I think they are. I think I've
We
seen stuff about them.
we watched them, I think, the year before, and then
At
they
the-
played Gravity as their tryout song. from
Yes,
what
it
I
was.
remember,
You're
yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah.
And that was when I was like, yeah. And that was actually good live, considering because they can be quite down, can't they?
Yes,
but
they
actually
still
made,
managed to
yeah,
inject a bit
yeah.
of
Told a few
about
jokes.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did some
you go.
balloon modelling halfway through. It was,
Juggled.
really nice.
Bit of
Yeah,
juggling.
They've got a vase of flowers, and I got a dash hound. It was lovely.
Oh,
yeah, it was
And a man on a wire.
Gutted.
but yeah, it was a good little album. So yeah, I had Kasabian just bubbling under. I had Hopes and Fears that you've mentioned, Del, and Damien Rice with O, which was quite nice as well.
Yeah. Cannonball? Was it?
Cannibals,
Yeah, that's
good. That's great
Blowers
song.
Daughter and stuff. Yeah, it's
About
really
the
nice.
famous comedy duo, wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Much missed. Any other honourables from you guys?
Kings of Leon. Leon?
Kings of Leon.
Liam.
Kings of Leon. A Heart Shake Heartbreak.
That's the second one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
That's better than their Youth and Manhood, I thought.
Oh no, see, I preferred You for Manhood.
No, I think there was more bangers on the.
Yeah,
the
this
second,
was
but
good though, but the bucket and things like that.
You'll say it was a bit too commercialised by this point.
No,
Lost
no.
their rawness.
No, it still is raw. I think 1, 2, and 3 is raw. It's when it gets to Sex on
Sex
Fire,
on Fire and stuff,
then
that's
it
when it
becomes
gets really
But
radio
I
fire.
slightly preferred Youth and Young
Youth and
Manhood. I
Manhood.
think, yeah.
Fair play. What about you, Richie D? Who bubbled under?
I had the Zootons. Who killed the Zootons?
Yes.
The
Did you ever
Libertines.
find out?
It was JFK.
Yeah. Yeah.
How?
What do you mean? How?
Well, he was dead.
No,
It
well,
wasn't
no,
a-
that's all a lie.
No,
it's all a
that's-
conspiracy.
Yeah,
It's cover up.
exactly, yeah.
Cover up by the FBI.
He hid out that many decades just to kill an indie band from Liverpool.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
It turns out Amy Winehouse did that after all. Anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly.
fine.
So the Frills, Let's Bottle Bohemia. I was a bit done with them, but when they started singing about Corey Haim,
Yes.
There's a lot of these bands around like
They didn't last
Frills and all
overly
these
long and stuff.
around the
did they?
mid 2000s when all these bands started to come out and they seem to like be around for a little while and then they just disappeared, didn't
Dissipate off, yeah, absolutely. Because I had the Ordinary Boys as well. Were out
Ordinary
this-
Boys,
Yeah.
Remember them?
yeah, I do remember. Franz Ferdinand was.
Yeah.
Future Heads. I like the Future Heads. Well, mainly I like their version of Hounds
Hounds
of
of
Love.
Love,
But
yeah.
the rest of the album,
If it's a way to get you in, then that's
it's
what it needs to
hard
be,
listen
isn't it?
to.
Yeah.
It's it just reminds me if you went into a bar in the northeast, you might hear a pub in the north. You might hear that was good, but I don't know. I liked them more back then than I did now. Basically,
Yes, yeah, I think that's true of a lot of artists from
with-
sort of this sort of time.
The Libertines. That was,
Yeah. Yeah, they were knocking around. There was Jet as
They've
well.
got a new album,
actually.
haven't they? Jet.
Yeah, Jet.
What was that song they did?
Jet, but they did. Are You Gonna Go My Way? No,
Well, that's Lenny Kravitz.
that was Lenny Kravitz. Which one is it? Are You Gonna Be My Girl?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
it, yeah.
I knew there was something about R and
Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah, that was.
I
Yeah,
got
that
lost
wasn't a
in that
bad
one.
album,
It
actually.
was
I
nice,
remember
it was a nice little album, actually. It was
Are
quite
they
good.
Australia?
Yeah, they were.
Australian,
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. And they did the theme tune for.
Neighbours.
Yeah, they did.
That sounds lovely.
Everybody needs a good fucking neighbour.
I have to find out what they actually did the theme tune to. But...
No, it's Live at the Apollo. That's the one.
Oh, of course they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can picture it now as they walk out on the
Yeah.
screen list and stuff. Yeah, the only other one that I had was My Chemical Romance, which I quite liked. That emo nonsense.
Was
then.
their big song?
They did that
The Parade or something?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Black Parade.
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I like
Three
that.
Cheers for Sweet Revenge was the album. It's good. Any more for any more?
Just One Pump Chump by the Premature Ejaculate.
There it is.
There you go.
I thought we'd missed out, but
One Pump Chump.
Yeah,
One Pump
by
Chump
the Premature
by the Premature
Ejaculate.
Great album. Great
It was
did
great,
they
yeah.
have any hits on there, Del?
They did. You only touched it once, but I've come so far. And I didn't know.
Oh, that was the Road Journey song, wasn't it?
That's the one,
That's about
yeah.
8 minutes long, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so
That had the hidden track
That
behind
was,
it.
yeah.
Indeed, didn't it? Anything else?
very
that they,
similar.
they did?
Very similar songs on here. I don't think I'll call Two Pump Paul. And
It was like a chronological thing, wasn't it?
yeah, pretty much. And I didn't know what to wear, so I came in my jeans. So there you go.
Lovely
There
stuff.
you
A comprehensive roundup as ever, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well
Always,
played.
always,
well
mate,
played.
always.
My hat's off to you. Right, gentlemen, shall we take a little dip into the letters and emails?
Yes.
Thank God you said that, because otherwise I had nowhere else to go. So, okay, first one, I'm reaching in, pulling out a big one, and it's from Sean Cocktail. And he says, what does the L stand for in Samuel L. Jackson? Philip Reynolds, what do you think could possibly be hidden by this this L that we hear so much about?
I think it's Samuel Loads of Fucking Films Jackson.
Not bad. I
think it's
Is
Samuel.
that a hyphenated
Yeah.
word? Okay.
It's like Samuel Loads of Fucking Films Jackson.
I've had it with these loads of fucking films on this. Loads of fucking
Samuel motherfucking Loads of Fucking Films.
Too darn tootin'
Yeah.
he does. He has done quite the tome of work.
Yeah.
All shit. Apart from the odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a
gotta
bad
be that,
shout.
and it's got to be loads of fucking films.
Loads of fucking films.
like Harry Enfield. Loads of films.
Look at my watch. Look at my watch of fucking films, you free.
My fucking burgers.
What about you then, Mr. D? What do you think?
I'm not going as so aggressive as Phil because
Nor
I
should
think
you.
he's Samuel Lovely Jackson.
Ah,
he's
he
not
really
a bad boy.
is.
He's lovely.
He is a lovely guy.
Coming around for
isn't he?
tea at the weekend, Samuel. Yeah, I'd love to.
Scone's okay.
Oh.
Absolutely magic, Mrs. Dello. He'd be all polite, wouldn't he?
Lovely bit of clotted cream.
Oh, do you think it's a jam or a
I love
cream
it.
first?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I reckon he's jam
I reckon he is as well.
for Jackson. Jam for Jackson.
Proper way, isn't it?
Jam for
Yeah,
Jackson.
the proper way.
Apparently.
Oh, hello. Let's not get into that.
Is it?
We don't want
Oh.
that blood on our hands, surely. Let's move
Yeah.
away from that danger area.
I think it's the other way, but apparently the real way
jam
is jam
first.
first.
Well, it depends. It's
Controversial.
Cornish or
Yeah,
Devon,
yeah.
Devon-ish, isn't it?
What about you, Jim?
I think he's a massive fan of Neighbours, and it stands for Lassiter's.
Oh,
He's a
really?
big fan of the hotel
Lassiter's,
chain.
yeah.
Samuel Lassiter.
It's a great one.
That'd be a great middle name, wouldn't it?
Lassiter.
I think
middle name.
I need to have another child just to name it Lassiter's. Lassiter's, but there
Do
we
it,
go.
Lassiter egg white.
Can you imagine that?
Lassiter.
It's got a certain ring to it. You can't deny it.
That's a solicitor waiting to
It
happen.
really is, isn't it?
Or
Lassiter's
gets all the
egg
big cases.
wine. You fucking right, it does.
Yeah.
Who's prosecuting? Oh, Jesus, we might as well go home.
No,
It's only Lassiter's egg wine.
Shit.
Let's take it down. You're going down for 6 months. Sorry, guys.
It's like Perry
Well,
Mason.
Exactly. Once he wheels in, here he comes. He deliberately has a squeaky wheel as well, so they know he's coming down the hallway.
Yeah.
Puts the fear of
Right.
God in them
Gets in their head straight away.
straight away, Dale. Even before they've seen him, they're shitting. But there you go, Sean. 3 very different answers for you, but surely one of them's got to be bloody right. Let's move on. I've forgotten how to make this thing work here. There we go. Janet Meat Slaughter from West Hardon asks, do you think there should be a male version of Hooters for the ladies? So, Phil, it's a simple question, and if so, maybe a name for it.
Well, kind of, I don't know if there is there? Is there like, what do you call it?
There's balls.
As in, like with horns or
I mean, you get like
Sax bar.
You get like the
Sax
Magic Mike and all that, don't you? Which are more shows than bars, don't you?
so just a load of
but-
guys walking around in
with their
very
balls.
tight pants, like budgie smugglers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'd call it. I'd call it pouches.
Pouches.
So what was the question again?
Pouches. So, do you think there should be a male version of Hooters?
Well, yeah, well, there should be, I suppose. If there's
what
a
would it be
female
called?
version, there should be a male version.
Yeah, cool.
Honkers.
Hooters. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd call mine pouches.
Bulges.
Shooters.
Bulges.
Shooters.
Bulges.
I mean, that's genius.
Oh,
Shooters.
shooters.
Just puts an S on
You're
it.
going
Yeah,
to
it's
shoot.
easy.
Actually, you're going to shoot. I'm going bulging bar. Bulges bar.
Bulges bar, like
Yeah.
Baker's bar.
Yeah, like
From
bulges.
Southends, and I'm going pouches.
Pouches. Like it. All great. All
All
Yeah.
great names. And I think there's definitely
Let us know what one we think. We'll put
that was
We'll
Janet.
put this on Twitter.
Yeah.
We'll do a poll,
Poll.
and see what who thinks.
Maybe we have to call it polls.
Poles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poles.
Maybe that's what the bar's called.
We're going to put this on Twitter. See.
Oh no! I'm changing mine to sacks and snacks.
Oh,
Lovely
snacks.
stuff. Or it should just be called Scampy Fries.
No, yeah, we'll put this on Twitter and we'll see what it is. But
So we've got what we got.
I'm going
Sacks-
shooters.
Sacks and snacks.
shooters or pouches.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Look out for the Twitter poll coming your way presently when we work out what social media actually is. Okay, we move along. So hopefully, Janet, you're happy with that answer. Assume you'll be buying tickets for the opening night. We move along to Thomas Turbata from River Island. Thomas Turbata. I think I've got your name right, Thomas. He says, what Arnold Schwarzenegger movie best describes your life? I mean, straight off the bat, I'm going Kindergarten Cop.
Oh really? Oh,
What's that?
Yeah.
What?
Because I'm surrounded, what can I be
about
described
children?
as fucking lunatics who remind me of 4-year-olds. What about you, Reynolds?
Because you're the party pooper.
I really am the party pooper.
Schwarzenegger film.
I reckon you're raw deal,
Oh,
personally.
deal. A bit of a Russian.
Raw deal.
I don't know.
Well, you always think you've been handed a raw deal.
My life. That's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Actually-
do you want me to see if Dale's got an
Yeah,
answer?
yeah,
and
see if
come
Dale's
back?
got one. I'll come back
Dale,
to
what
that,
about you? What Schwarzenegger movie best describes your life?
Because I don't always wear pants, it's got to be Commando.
Mondo. There it is. Simple,
There you
effective,
go.
to the point.
Yeah.
Except when he's in Sacks and Snacks.
Okay, yeah.
Doing a
Exactly.
double
Yeah,
shift.
can't be double shifting.
Double shifting Sacks and Snacks with no pants on. Thrown out, Dale.
Are you
So-
the last action hero, Phil?
Nah.
Are you the?
No action hero.
You're 100%. You're a predator.
Well, you go jogging a lot. He's the running man.
The running man.
Yeah, I was thinking Running Man. Yeah, let's go Running
Plus,
Man.
your
Running
nose
Man.
is always leaking, isn't it? You've got hay fever. The running man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
So
Yeah, let's go Running
let
Man.
you off. You're not a predator, Phil.
Nah, I'm
Well,
not a predator.
not till you leave this studio. Anyway.
No, the police haven't caught me yet. So.
The only other one I'd say, I mean, if you were going to name it for someone else, then how
Yeah.
about if you have to give Phil's life a film title, Dale? From Barney, what would you
From
go
Barney?
with? From Arnie.
From
Barney.
Purple dinosaur.
Well, man alive. I think I'd go with Conan the Barbarian for him. The guy is an absolute
Bonan.
piece.
Bonon.
He's an absolute weapon, isn't he?
He is. Yeah. 100%. Oh. I'm trying to think. Yes, there's loads of Barney films, isn't there?
There is, isn't there?
Why aren't they coming more free?
The obvious one is twins. He's got a lovely pair.
Twins, yeah.
Lovely pair on him.
Is that who would be your twin?
Telly Savalas.
Yeah,
As you worked out tonight, he loves a lollipop.
Love a lollipop.
Lollipops
Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, who was it? You do a very good Robert De Niro, though, don't we? As we've seen from other
Yeah, I do.
social media.
Yeah, not for
Or
not,
Ant and Dec.
not good for the podcast. It's more facial.
More facial, yeah.
Yeah, the great-
But Ant and Dec.
What about,
Oh, and dig way, eh?
what about Anton Deck doing Robert De Niro?
Could you imagine that? Why are you looking at me like
Why, yeah, you talking to me?
there's no one else around here? Pet. It must be fucking me, eh? don't know where we went with that.
Really? No,
All got weird, didn't it? Well, there you go. Thomas Turbiter. I'm not sure if I'm getting that name right. Is that the way you pronounce it? Anyway, there you go. Down there on River Island. Hope you have a lovely time with those Arnie films. Okay, let's have a little look. Wow, so we've got a song being requested from Ellie Goldfish. She says, can you please make up a short song about eggs in the style of Michael Bublé? Quite an odd request, but we will give it a go. We don't like to say no to anything. So, Del, you are our resident
Bublé
fan.
Bublé fan.
Have you got anything egg-based that you could serenade us with?
I'm trying to think. It's a bit of a big bandy, isn't it?
He's a bit
Bublé.
swing.
So that's a real hard one to do, isn't it? Like,
Eggs. I'm hanging with man eggs. Likes to lick your shoulders. Likes to lick your legs. Eggs.
It's moderately sexual, and I'm not averse to it. I won't lie.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, Del.
yeah, it's good.
I'll take that. maybe we're just in the background playing trumpet.
Yeah, trumpet.
It's a really hard one to do. Like you say, it's a big band, and we're trying to do it like.
Yeah, it's kind of trying to think of. I could do a. That's my trumpet. It's not quite big band, is it?
He's really playing on
that's
that.
more kindergarten
playing that
call.
horn. Wow,
Do we have to do this, really?
Yes. I mean,
we do now. You
you're-
could have probably got out this.
I mean,
Phil.
Or do we just leave Dell looking like a complete idiot?
I'll level with you, Phil.
I'm-
Up to the point that you went like a little 4-year-old. Do we really have to do this? I was going to say, no, you're absolutely fine. Dell's taking it on the chin for all of us. But now, I want to hear your egg song.
Phil, you should have
But
kept
I'm
quiet.
actually, I'm thinking Jim should do it first.
I'm reading the questions out
I'm
here, my
worried
friend.
he's not going to do it, and we're just going to look idiots. Well,
Why would I do that?
I'm quite happy to tag team with you.
hold on.
I'm quite happy to
Look.
tag team. Tag me.
Lads, what
We'll
I'm
leave
saying
him
is-
looking like an idiot.
You know as well
You
as I do,
say-
Phil, when we signed up for this,
Yeah.
it was a real all for one or one for all kind of Musketeers moment.
You can
if
do this,
Dell's
yeah?
gone, well, I mean, what kind of a guy would I be
All right,
if I
then.
did
Right, so Michael Bublé about eggs.
about eggs, if possible?
Well, yeah, so I get my house get eggs a lot, doesn't it? So I go in that room. So I'm going jazzy, yeah?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh,
Yeah, get my house, yeah. Yeah, get my house, yeah. I'm going to catch you fuckers, yeah, get my house, yeah. With Harvey, yeah, I'm going to catch you in my house, yeah. You motherfuckers, you get my house. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's
beautiful. Yeah, it's good. man.
Nice. Well, that is all the time we've got here on letters and emails.
You bastard.
Damn it, Janet.
Of course, I was never going to do it. No one needs to hear this thing sing. Well, if you've got some letters, please do keep them coming in, because you can tell that we're getting towards the end of the letters and email section. If I'm reading out questions asking for songs on eggs, we need more interrogation. But for now, that is the end of letters and emails. Okay, so that is another episode consigned to the can, chaps. Great work and lots of fun as ever. Any final thoughts?
Great year, 2004.
Wasn't it? Film-wise, yes. Music-wise, yes as well.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
a lot of good comedy on the box as well, it turns out.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, actually, was it?
It was a nice little all told. Aside from, the death and the horrificness in the news, it was all good. Just stay in and watch some comedy.
Yeah.
Go to the cinema.
Yeah, I
watch
think
a
so.
film.
And I'll have the steak Diane, please.
From anywhere in particular, Richard D? From Saxon Snacks?
Has to be from Saxon Snacks,
You
yeah.
know it is. They do the best meat. They've got the best meat.
They're the best.
All
Served on
They
the
got the
erect,
best.
served on the erect tray.
There's got to be a jingle for that.
Nick the Dick, just serving hot dogs all day long.
meat.
The best meat in Essex, Saxon Snacks.
Ooh. Yeah, should we do a pioneer?
I think we might have to. We might have to go a little scat version of it later.
Scat version. Oh, that's good.
That's
That'd
running
be
the risk,
messy.
isn't it? Yeah, exactly. And especially those tiny little pants you'll be wearing. Oh, but anyway. So yeah, that is 2004 all knocked out of the park, which was great. A quick reminder for you blankers that we've another guest joining us. So we're splitting the episode again, and we'll release each half to you weekly. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast to avoid missing any of them. But as ever, don't forget to follow us on the Twitter, the Instagram and the Facebook. And you can still get in touch on email on info@not40justblank.com. But until the next time we all meet again, Bye, bye, Blankers.
Bye, bye,
See you later.
Bye, guys.